About 15 miles west of California's state capital, Sacramento, you are watching the FCS Championship on ESPN. And we are ready for the last quarterfinal of the weekend on a brisk afternoon here in Davis. Illinois State, fresh off one of the biggest upsets in college football history, beating the behemoth known as North Dakota State. Redbirds back on the road to match up with the 8 seed, UC Davis. This FCS playoff bracket has been shaken up like a snow globe this year. Yeah, it's the 12 seed Villanova waiting in the semifinals after their comeback win over Tarleton State. As a result, UC Davis as the 8 seed would host next week if they win. If Illinois State wins, the Redbirds head to Philadelphia. And hi there and welcome inside UC Davis Health Stadium along with the former FCS All-American at UMass, Rini Ngolia. I'm Ted Emmerich. You think that the CFP with 2 group of 5 schools is chaos? Try the FCS this year and try this game. Illinois State bringing North Dakota State's dynasty to a halt, and now the FCS is as wide open as it's ever been.
That's why we love the playoffs, right? It's not, you don't play it on paper, you got to actually show up and play, and it's been wild this year, and I expect we're going to have a good one here today.
Yeah, Illinois State beating North Dakota State in Fargo last week in the second round. Just preposterous.
North Dakota State had been basically, 38-1 there. They just don't get beat there. Illinois State was down by 2 touchdowns with a little over 4 minutes left. They turn the ball over and downs, then they get a 3 and out. They get a nice punt return, come right down, strip sack at the end, winning touchdown, go for 2 immediately. No question there for Brock's back, and what a win for the Redbirds.
Here's what Illinois State has to deal with today. One of the rising stars at this level, UC Davis quarterback Caden Pinnock.
Yeah, had about almost 400 all-purpose yards last week, can rush it as well. 5 touchdowns. What Pinnock is really dangerous at, those unscripted plays that break down, he will make you pay as a defense if you don't keep him in the pocket and keep an eye on him. We'll watch that today as this game goes on.
And Pinnock and the UC Davis offense will have the ball first. Illinois State winning the toss and deferring. So Zach Jones is ready to return it for UC Davis. Yes, the 8 seed hosting in the quarterfinals. And off we go from Davis, the fair catch. And the Aggies will start from the 25. Tim Plow, UC Davis's head coach, Rini, has branded his team and this whole stadium Shredville. Yeah. It's on his cap. It's a mentality. Well, Caden Pinnock's been shredding all year long, and especially last week in the second round.
And to me, Tim Plow's the X factor. He's the head coach, but he also calls the plays. And a lot of times there's no rhyme or reason. He's got a great feel for what he does in play calling, and that can be an issue for defensive coordinator Travis Kneecap.
The 5 touchdowns through the air last week in that win over Rhode Island that was close at halftime before UC Davis blew away the Rams in the second half. Pinnock to the air, and he's got his top target, Samuel Batu Jr. Plenty of speed, and Batu's inside the 25. That is what he has done all year long.
Yeah, just an inside slant. Pinnock puts it on him in time, and that's what's important. Watch the release. Quick release, the throw, and then the yards after the catch with the speed from Samuel Batu Jr.
55 yards to Batu on the opening play. Now Fisher plowing inside the 20, just like that, UC Davis in the red zone.
And you'll get a good mixture of tempo from Tim Plow. They're going to go fast at times. They'll slow it up, and you're going to get a good mixture of run and pass. A lot of weapons for Caden Pinnock to disperse the ball to.
And that's the challenge for Illinois State's defense, right? You mentioned Travis Kneecap, their defensive coordinator. He said the biggest thing today is handling the chaos that UC Davis presents on offense. Batu in motion on 2nd and 5. Pinnock trying to dump it to Fisher, and it bounces incomplete.
Yeah, just wanted to check it down and just short-armed it, did Pinnock. It goes incomplete. And just getting back to the matchup, Illinois State, that Missouri Valley team, kind of, tough inside, kind of wants to play this game in a phone booth, right? Where UC Davis wants to spread it out. They want to go sideline to sideline. They want to make them defend their speed and athleticism.
So a 3rd and 5, just inside the red zone. Pinnock pulls it. And it's off the hands of Batu. Took a shot from LaShavion Brown, the safety. And UC Davis will have to settle for a field goal try.
Yeah, and Batu Jr., he saw LaShavion Brown, the safety, coming over, knew he was going to get hit. It's easy for me to say up here, you might as well catch it. You're going to get hit regardless, but good job by the safety to come over and make sure he separated that ball from Samuel Batu Jr.
It's been a rough year for Hunter Ridley in his third year as UC Davis's place kicker. This from 35, and Ridley connects. He has missed 7 field goals this year, but he puts UC Davis on the board.
And I think that's a good thing. Obviously, you would want the touchdown there for UC Davis, but the fact you get 3 to open the game up and you get some confidence with your field goal kicker, Ridley, I think that goes a long way for them.
Brock Spack is the all-time winningest coach at Illinois State, 17 years now in Normal. He led Illinois State to the FCS national title game back in 2014, where they actually lost to North Dakota State. Yeah, and he said this week, this team has heard all the stories from teams of years past. I just got the feeling that this team wanted to make their own statement, and they did that last week.
Well, and you know, the local media, they wanted him desperately to say it was the biggest win in program history, and he was like, top 3, top 5, it's in there, you know, because they have had a lot of big-time wins. And, you know, it's funny, when we talked to him, he brought up the 2012 game where they went on the road in the playoffs and beat App State when App State was FCS. And I'm like, yeah, I actually called that game. I've been around a while as well. So Illinois State is a tremendous program. But, yeah, I agree with you in the open. Arguably the biggest upset in college football history, what they did at the Fargo Dome last week.
It ranks up there. It really does. It's 3 touchdown underdogs and in the Fargo Dome. Here's Chris Taylor on the return for Illinois State. Taylor finding a seam. He cuts it back. And Taylor's gone for a touchdown. 91 yards. Taylor goes the distance. What a response by Illinois State.
Wow. Great blocking on that left side, Ted, for Chris Taylor. And then when he gets to midfield, boy, he knows I'm not going to let the kicker take me down as he cuts it back and he takes it to the house.
And Matt Maldonado adds the extra point. Taylor, the product of Normal, Illinois, helping Illinois State punch right back.
Yeah, big time return. The answer right away. Redbirds lead it early. Yeah, and just look at this left return here as I welcome you back to Davis. Excellent job. Look at his seals here. That's 11, Scotty Preston, the tight end out in front. Exactly what you want to do. And, oh, by the way, it was only Chris Taylor's third kickoff return of the year. Excellent blocking, and then look at his athleticism and speed, and yeah, I would call that an answer.
This Illinois State team, really undefeated against FCS teams on the road. Brock Spack says this team is just comfortable being uncomfortable, and the kid who stayed home to play at Illinois State, they're in Normal, Chris Taylor, helps the Redbirds respond.
And to win games like this in the playoffs on the road, that special teams has to come up big, and boy, what a way to start the game for Illinois State with that kick return.
Well, UC Davis marched it right down the field on the opening drive before stalling and settling for the field goal, and they've got the ball right back.
They're going to get a chance. They're not cold. They're coming right back out on the field. We haven't even mentioned the great mustaches in this game today yet.
Oh,
we'll get into that.
It's an elite mustache matchup with Brock Spack and Tim Plow on the sidelines. Fisher on the sweep. And tugged down after a gain of about 4. Flag is down as well. Patrick Bauer pulled him down. Probably a face mask.
Yep, had him by that face mask. Easy call for the officials. I'll tack 15 onto this.
Personal foul, face mask, number 13, defense. Penalty is 15 yards from the end of the play. Includes an automatic first down.
And you just see Bauer there. He's just grabbing, right? He's getting blocked. He's trying to make the tackle. Just got that hand up a little high. Gets it in the face mask of Jordan Fisher.
That's what UC Davis wants to do. They want Fisher on the edge. They want Batu using his speed to test Illinois State at all levels. Pinnock comes back to the other side, and he's on target. It's Stacey Dobbins, the number 2 receiver, who picks up 9 yards.
Yeah, really nice route by Dobbins to come back. I watched them in practice yesterday run that route, and Coach Plow was saying, come back to the ball. Exactly what Dobbins did right there.
Now the screen for Dobbins. Got a nice block on the edge from Tyler Hennessy, the true freshman, and a first down, gain of 5.
And a nice pass by Pinnock. You know, it's an underrated, it looks like an easy throw, but he gets it out in front, leads Dobbins so he can run after the catch easily.
And now UC Davis using that up-tempo attack. They're in a rhythm. Pinnock on the move, so dangerous when the play breaks down. And Pinnock cannot step out of the tackle of Bauer, but a good gain here on first down.
Yeah, nice job by Bauer because it could have been bigger, but still positive on first down. When everything breaks down, Pinnock just makes plays with his feet.
Now on 2nd and 5, he hooks up with Hennessy. And the true freshman moving the sticks inside the 25. Just his 9th catch of the year.
Yeah, and Hennessy really wasn't one of the weapons we looked at coming into this game, but the true freshman makes a nice catch there for the first down.
Got a couple of grabs last week in the 2nd round win over Rhode Island. Now Fisher around the end. A race with Wilson toward the pylon. He is in for the touchdown. Jordan Fisher, a 23-yard burst, and UC Davis is back in front.
I think we're going to have some points today, partner.
Maybe.
The speed by Jordan Fisher as he presses it and bounces it. Cam Wilson's in good position, but speed kills, and he definitely stays in. He's going to get pushed at the end. Remember, every play is looked at by replay. Yeah, and that's not going to get stopped. Yeah, touchdown.
And the extra point by Ridley. Fisher tight roping the sideline at the very end for his 8th touchdown run of the year. Man, what a start to this quarterfinal.
Yeah, I have in my notes for Jordan Fisher, explosive. Well, I would say that constituted explosiveness, that run right there.
One more look.
Yeah, so it's just inside handoff. Now this is inside zone. Comes in, presses, and then bounces, which I love. And then it's just speed.
Number
you have to
29
set
for
the
UC
edge
Davis.
defensively there for Illinois State. If you're Cam Wilson, you gotta force him to the inside. You break that contain, which Fisher did. Then it's just a foot race, and we saw who won it.
You know, Rennie Fisher was behind Lan Larison last year, the two-time All-American, now with the New England Patriots. And Tim Plow made sure to tell Jordan Fisher early in the season, hey, there's no replacing Lan Larison. Just be you, and being him is all UC Davis is needed.
And I'm so glad he said that. He told him, just be Jordan Fisher. Don't try to be Lan Larison, which he's not, but he's pretty dang good in his own right. And he's having a heck of a year. And if they want to try to finish this thing off and get this win today, Fisher needs to have a big game, and he's off to a good start.
Now can UC Davis tackle Chris Taylor? Brought it back 91 yards for a touchdown. And another good return here out across the 30. So we get a look at the Illinois State offense for the first time today. Tommy Rittenhouse, yes, he was a hero last week despite the 5 interceptions. Brock Spack said, hey, most players would never be able to recover from that in the middle of a game. Tommy Rittenhouse is different.
Yeah, most quarterbacks would have folded. It's just, and I know some of them were tipped, but he had a pick 6. He had another one taken back to like the 3-yard line, but you got to flush it. You got to play on, and he did that. Led him to the victory.
Rittenhouse, an effective scrambler, much like Caden Pinnock. He picks up a couple of yards. Jackson Severs, the sophomore linebacker, brings him down.
Yeah, really not known for making plays with his feet, but he can. Tucked it there, but good job by Severs to come up and make that tackle. He's been playing very physical from that linebacker spot. He's the green dot as well for UC Davis.
Oh, they might need a lot from Severs today, Rennie, with Jacob Syke, their top pass rusher, not on the field to start this game. We were told that he's dealing with a torn hip flexor from last week. He did go through warm-ups. Rittenhouse connects with his top target, Daniel Sopkowitz, who caught 3 touchdowns last week, right near the marker.
Yeah,
so Syke is here on the sideline, Rennie, and man, in the hoodie, no shoulder pads.
Yeah, I mean, torn hip flexor, you're a rush defensive end. You got to get that burst off the line. Really hard to do. You just hope if UC Davis is able to win this game, that they can get him back next week, but obviously not going to play today in street clothes.
Yeah, the coaches told us yesterday, Rennie, we think that he can go. It's going to come down to warm-ups. He did go through them. He didn't do a ton, though. First down for Illinois State. Rittenhouse loops it complete. Luke Maylander, the freshman of the year in the Missouri Valley, into UC Davis territory, a gain of 19.
Yeah, and that's freshman on freshman. Drew Cofield, the true freshman corner for UC Davis. A little too much cushion. Good throw by Rittenhouse, puts it right in there. And this offense looks good. But a lot of young talent on the field for both teams.
Maylander considered the fastest player for Illinois State, can really take the top off of defense. Now Victor Dawson, coming off a career game in Fargo last week. He struggles ahead for about a yard. 137 yards and a touchdown last week.
And I do think offensively the strength for Illinois State is that wide receiver room. They're loaded, but Victor Dawson, as you said, had a great game last week, and you have to balance the passing attack out with the running attack, and Dawson did it nicely last week. And I don't know, Wankers Wright's another running back that was a game-time decision in warm-ups, and so it's that time of year, Ted. Everyone's beat up. You got injuries, and you just got to try to fight through it if you can.
And Wright, an all-conference pick, with him missing some games here late in the season. Dawson's been huge, almost intercepted. That throw off target, and Ty Richardson, the former Division III All-American at Tufts University in Massachusetts, that close to a pick.
Well, Sopkowitz goes out. Rittenhouse thinks he's going to come in, and Ty Richardson stays in and almost intercepts the ball. A little miscommunication between Rittenhouse and Sopkowitz there.
So a 3rd down and 9 for Illinois State. And they've had their issues on 3rd down over the last few weeks. Rittenhouse up top, open man, it's a touchdown. Redshirt freshman Dylan Lord. He got behind Kalani Riddick. Seesaw game to start here in Davis.
And what a throw by Tommy Rittenhouse. hear analysts say he dropped it in the bucket. This is what we mean when we say dropped it in the bucket. You couldn't have ran this ball down there and placed it in the hand of Dylan Lord any better. He goes right by Kalani Riddick. The safety cannot get over Cole Batson fast enough, and the throw was tremendous by Rittenhouse.
I think you just heard somebody in the crowd say, oh, it's on? Yes, it is definitely on right now.
I didn't know we were calling a basketball game today. It is basketball season, though.
Up and down, up and down. Dylan Lord has Illinois State now on top. Here in the FCS quarterfinals, there's no settling in. There's no feeling each other out. We've got 4 possessions and 4 scores in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, back and forth, right? UC Davis opens the game with a field goal, then the kickoff return. And then UC Davis comes back and says, we'll give it to Jordan Fisher. And for the score, and Illinois State said, well, we're going to come back. Rittenhouse to Dylan Lord, and yeah, we're not even halfway through the first quarter, and got 24 points on the board.
In case you were wondering, Reedy, that's a 235-point pace.
Yeah, I think we'll slow down a little bit from that pace, but I do think we're going to have a lot of points today.
This is a rematch from the playoffs a year ago on this field. It was in the second round. UC Davis won 42-10. Went down 7-0 to Illinois State. Scored 28 in a row to take command. But here, very different game so far. Back and forth. And UC Davis has it back at the 25. You know, the other thing for UC Davis, Reedy, is they've got key guys out, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
Jacob Syke, their star edge rusher. Tim Plow and his team, they've had to deal with the flu running through the team this week.
Well, and it's not funny, but I talked to someone from Rhode Island last week, and that's who they played. They dealt with the flu last week when they were out here in Davis. So you almost wonder, man, did it get passed on during the game? And yeah, so just another hurdle they have to deal with today.
Fisher, who had the touchdown on the last drive, sticks his nose in for maybe a yard.
And you talked about it, Ted. Illinois State coming here last year, losing in the second round. I really think that is a benefit to them this year. They're used to coming here. They've been here before. They kind of got punched in the mouth by UC Davis last year. Didn't really know what to expect. Now they do, and I think that bodes well for them today.
Yeah, we talked with Tommy Rittenhouse, Ty Niekamp, star linebacker. They were pretty excited when they found out, yes, they'd be coming back here this year. Pinnock connects with Batu again. And a first down across the 40-yard line. 16 yards.
And give the offensive line credit for UC Davis. They're giving Pinnock all the time. That's a deep dig route by Samuel Batu Jr. And now UC Davis is going to go with some tempo.
Anytime they pick up that first down, big play, they want to get right back over the ball. Now the slip screen for Zach Jones. And Jones, who had 2 touchdowns last week against Rhode Island, motors inside the 40.
And Zach Jones is a track guy, and you saw it there. He makes the catch. It looks like he's going to get 4 or 5 yards. He brings it back inside with that speed. And another chunk pickup for UC Davis.
Now, all the UC Davis receivers, Rini, are
fast.
small, but they can fly.
They could be a track team in and of themselves.
Kai Asia's checked in at running back now for UC Davis. And he gets the call. And Asia to the boundary. Down the sideline. Pushed out inside the 20-yard line by Jack Dwyer. The junior from Loomis, California, about 40 miles to the east, ripping off a 23-yard run.
Yeah, good run by Asia. Good blocking that right side. They run it to the boundary, the short side of the field. Asia gets through there down that right sideline, and this offense is really humming.
Give it to Asia again. And he's wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Asia getting more run here late in the season because Carter Vargas, the usual number 2 back, has been battling ankle and foot injuries. He's out today, but UC Davis feels like that if they do win, make it to the semifinals, Vargas could return next week.
Yeah, they'd love to get him back, but Asia's done a nice job in there. He's a physical back, really good blocker as well. So he's done a nice job giving Jordan Fisher, those blows that he needs.
Now Stacey Dobbins is in the backfield, and Asia motions in to join him. And Dobbins motions out. Fake the screen. Now Pinnock does let it go. Asia stumbles ahead inside the 15 to bring up 3rd down.
There's a little different looking play, right? That's the mind of Tim Plow. Faked the screen, then he looked downfield, and then it's almost like then went back for a safety valve to the screen.
Just always testing the defense with all those motions and shifts. 3rd down, Pinnock keeping the play alive. And Pinnock goes down. Illinois State surrounds him. Travis Jones rides him to the turf along with Mason Kaplan. 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit again.
But I tell you what, Caden Pinnock is gonna make this defense tired today for Illinois State. Ty Niekamp, 46, comes on a blitz, can't get him, and then look at the blanket coverage on the back end, just nowhere for Caden Pinnock to go. Illinois State does not give up. They get to Pinnock on the sideline and knock him out of bounds, but he will make you run, will Caden Pinnock.
Well, the way this game is going, it's got to feel like a big win for Illinois State to hold UC Davis again to a field goal attempt.
No doubt.
Ridley from 31. Connected from 35, and it's a fake. The holder, Dylan Morrow, to the line to gain at the 6. UC Davis pulls out the fake,
First down.
and they convert. The drive continues with a first down.
And I love the sense of urgency from Morrow, the holder. He knew he needed to get to the 6. He lowers his shoulder here and just says, go forward with the ball. Love that, and he gets to the 6-yard line, which is where he needed to get to. What a call by Tim Plow.
And Plow told us yesterday, Rini, one of our keys this week is tilting the game on special teams. Morrow might be shaken up.
The runner was down after the line of gain. Previous play is under further review.
Now to take a closer look just to make sure that Morrow did pick up the first down, but Plow told us yesterday whether it's a fake, whether it's a block kick, a big play in the return game. Of course, they gave up a kick return for a touchdown. They were hoping to change the game on special teams in some way. And now, hopefully, Morrow, who's the punter, he's the holder, is okay.
Holding that hand.
Yeah.
So this is the Southland Conference crew, Southland Conference replay booth. We talked to them before the game. Remember, it was called a first down on the field, so you need clear and obvious video to overturn it. It needs to get to the 6. So remember, the knee goes down, but where is the ball when the knee's down? And just like breaking the plane, if the nose of the football breaks the plane of the 6-yard line, it's a first down. Now you see the knee down, Ted, but to me, the ball broke the plane to the 6. I don't see anything clear and obvious there that's going to overturn the call on the field.
It would be hard to do considering the standard you have to meet to overturn that call.
Because, you know, we have a shot that's kind of at an angle. Really, you need a down the line, and you're hardly going to get it down the line at the 6 to really match up the knee and the ball. To me, I don't see clear and obvious there that he did not make the line to gain. I think this will be upheld, but I'm not the replay official, so we'll see. Just ask my wife. I've been wrong plenty of times in my life.
Come on now.
After further video review, the runner's knee was down with the ball at the 7-yard line. The result of the play is turnover on downs to Illinois State.
And there you go. I was wrong.
Maybe your wife is right.
Yeah, well, of course.
Timeout on the field.
So Brock Spack and Illinois State come up with a stop after all. Redbirds have the ball back with the lead on the road with a spot in the semifinals at stake. Illinois State comes up with the first stop of this quarterfinal, and thanks to a review, this was the best look.
And replay got it right, so I was wrong, and this is a great look. So the knee's down, and here you can clearly see the knee goes down, and he's short of the line to gain. So replay got it right. Good job. This was a great view here. Good job by our crew, camera work there. So replay did get it right. It was a stop. But I still give Tim Plow credit for going for it.
Turns out to be the first fake field goal that UC Davis has run in 22 years, and they come up just short. So Illinois State takes over from their own 7. Rittenhouse airs it out for Sobkowitz. He's got it. Defender fell down, and Sobkowitz is on his way to the end zone for the touchdown. 93 yards.
To me, Daniel Sobkowitz is the best player for Illinois State. Tremendous ball skills. Great size, speed. He's 6'3", 205. He's going against a true freshman, Drew Cofield, who started every game. Cofield's in good coverage there. You just got to turn and find the ball. He doesn't. Guess who did find the ball? Daniel Sobkowitz makes the catch and to the house again.
Nobody has caught more touchdowns in Illinois State history than Sobkowitz. Make it 37 in his career now.
How big is that replay now, right? To get it right and overturn that fake. One play later, touchdown, and it's like you can hear a pin drop. in this stadium. Oh, by the way, Daniel Sobkowitz, former walk-on. I think he's earned his scholarship. Just hand fighting here. Little push there by Sobkowitz, but that's what a veteran receiver does when you're tied up like that. You know, if you're Drew Copefield, you're the corner, you gotta turn back and fight for that ball. But he didn't see it. And look, Tommy Rittenhouse says, yeah, that's right. We did it again. Another big play.
Tommy Rittenhouse says, are you not entertained?
Yeah, we are.
Getting the Redbirds on the road. Nothing phases this team. They go to Fargo. They beat the top seed, the defending champ, North Dakota State. A little back and forth. Now they're up 2 scores here in the front.
As good as they've looked, right? Give credit to special teams. Kickoff return, and that's a special teams play, making the tackle on the fake field goal to get the stop. So 2 huge special teams plays, to me, have turned this game early for Illinois State.
Oh, Brock Spack said it after the win over North Dakota State. You wonder, is there going to be a letdown the following week? Yeah, you're in the quarterfinals, but you just beat the Bison. No, everyone was edgy this week. They got that feeling that they weren't done. Jones on the return. And Jones stopped near the 25. And a flag at the very end of it.
Well, the helmet came off of Oduma, I believe, made the tackle. Now, if he continues with the play, that could be a penalty on him, but it looked like it came off during the tackle, so it'll be interesting to see what this crew comes up with, because when your helmet comes off, you have to stop playing immediately. So was it a hands to the face mask that caused that helmet to go off, which the penalty would be on UC Davis? We'll get the call right here.
Or will we?
Or maybe not.
Or not. Not quite yet. Yeah, James Brookhart, the
Personal foul,
referee.
participating without a helmet. Number 39, receiving team. Penalty is 15 yards from the end of the play. First down, UC Davis.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
And it was Solomon Oduma.
And it's so hard to stop playing, right, when your helmet goes off, especially when you're running down trying to make a kickoff. Let me circle it for you right there. You're going to see this helmet come off. And he continues through and makes the tackle. And I know people at home are yelling, how can you stop? Well, you have to. It's just the rule. I don't blame Oduma, though, you know?
Right, the instinct takes
Correct.
over. You're still on the field. You want to make the tackle. Pinnock keeping the whole way, and he's tripped up by Jake Anderson. The nose tackle of the strip sack late last week that set up the go-ahead touchdown.
3-year starter playing with a broken thumb, showing you I got a little speed as well as Anderson reaches out. You see him smiling because he knows, whew, just got a finger on him.
Hand it to Batu on the jet sweep. And Batu's inside the 45 to bring up 3rd and 4 for UC Davis.
And I know it's early, but you just feel like with the momentum on the Illinois State sideline, you feel like UC Davis needs to go down and score a touchdown here. Huge 3rd down here.
Aggies are 0 of 2 on 3rd down so far today. Pinnock, the unanimous freshman of the year in the Big Sky, facing a blitz. Pinnock escapes and completes it for the first down to Scott Nixon. The junior who caught his first career touchdown pass last week, he picks up 7 in the first.
Yeah, excellent job by Nixon to just sit on the sideline, pass the sticks, knowing that Pinnock was rolling out his way.
Now Pinnock rolling the other way. And fires it again, this time to Stacy Dobbins, and another first down for the Aggies, a gain of 14.
But he threw that in some traffic as Samuel Batu Jr. fell down as Dobbins came across on that route. A lot of traffic around, but Pinnock still puts it right in there.
And once again, UC Davis upping the tempo. Illinois State brings the blitz, and Pinnock beats it with the throw to Batu. Flag is down in the backfield. Batu out of bounds near the 25, but check that marker.
lot of discussions early from this crew.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 10, low hit on the quarterback, defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal from the end of the play. Includes an automatic first down.
Yeah, it's the low hit here by Reese Edwards.
Yeah, you can't come low with any velocity. And well, I tell you, I thought he was kind of on the hip there. I thought they could pick that one up. It's usually the knee and below. But nonetheless, UC Davis will take that 15.
And as a result, now a couple of personal fouls against Illinois State on this drive, going back to the kickoff. And Caden Pinnock has completed his last 9 passes. Now from the 12. Pinnock, all right on cue. There's an incompletion thanks to the pressure from Jake Anderson. He was trying to hit Fisher out of the backfield.
Yeah, Jake Anderson's been active early as he gets that hit on Caden Pinnock. Good job by Pinnock to at least release the ball and get it to the feet of his running back for an incomplete pass.
And that's been the difference for Illinois State in the latter half of the season, just the pressure they've been able to apply up front with Anderson, Garrett Steffen, and others.
Yeah, for sure. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, especially someone like Caden Pinnock.
On 2nd and 10. Pinnock was looking in the flat, now to the end zone. Dobbins, did he hang on? It's a touchdown! UC Davis answering as Pinnock fits it into Dobbins.
What a job by Stacey Dobbins. He climbs the ladder, he high points it, and then clearly gets his left foot in bounds as he comes to the ground, survives the ground with the football. Back and forth we go.
Stacey Dobbins at 5'7", going up top. Morrow, remember, from the fake field goal, was shaken up, but he's out there to hold on the extra point. A flag is down.
You know, Morrow had to go back out and hold it. He never lived it, you know, his teammates would give it to him. Suck it up.
It's the FCS quarterfinals.
That's right.
Penalties against Illinois State.
And you're going to put this on the kickoff if you're Tim Plow. You're going to kick this thing off from the 50.
And that's the conversation here. James Brookhart, the referee, just making sure that is the decision.
Personal foul. Illegal contact against the snapper against Illinois State. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The try is good.
Much needed score for UC Davis. Stacey Dobbins, one of the smallest guys on the field, just 5'7", and even that might be generous. Look at him get up.
Well, and we talked about it. We felt like UC Davis needed a touchdown there. And really, I thought Caden Pinnock was going to go underneath the Ian Simpson. You saw zero, the tight end in the flat. But no, Pinnock said, nope, I'm going to throw it up top to Stacey Dobbins. And talked about his size. He's only about 5'7", 5'8", but he goes up, climbs that ladder, high points it nicely. And then the ball control to control it, get that foot in bounds, complete that catch for the touchdown.
UC Davis stalled a couple of times in the red zone. They turned it over on downs with that field goal that was stopped just short, but a much-needed touchdown there to make it 21-17. Of course, this is going into the end zone after kicking off from the 50. Well, the FCS playoffs continue with the semifinals next Saturday on ABC and ESPN2. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships.
And of course, FCS does a 24-team playoff. That would solve some problems at the FBS, right? I don't think we're quite getting to 24 up there, but I think we'll go to 16.
We're going to expand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is what FCS always was, 1AA. It always was 16 teams.
Well, the last time Tommy Rittenhouse was on the field, he hit Daniel Sopkowitz, his good friend, for a 93-yard touchdown. Goes to Luke Maylander to start this drive, and Maylander picks up 5. We talked to Rittenhouse this week, Greeny. It turns out he listens to Johnny Cash before games. He says, it's not about getting pumped up. It calms me down. It relaxes me. Says his dad, John, introduced him.
He's an old soul,
legend.
right? worked on his arm strength throughout his career. Coach Beck told us it's definitely gotten stronger, and Tommy agreed with that.
Dawson to the second level, and Victor Dawson dragging defenders close to midfield. Man, he's a tough runner, 19 yards.
I mean, he's 220, he lowers his pads. He knows how to run behind those pads with great contact balance, and you better bring a couple of hats to him, because if he breaks a tackle, he's got the speed to take it the distance. Excellent job inside zone. Good job on that duo block up front of that offensive line, and Dawson hits it nicely.
Started his career at Merrimack in Massachusetts, was a freshman All-American in the FCS. A couple of years at Cincinnati, and now back in the FCS at Illinois State. Rittenhouse scrambles, he's got room, and he slides just short of the line to gain. Of course, it's where the slide begins, and he's marked a yard short.
That's an excellent spot. Normally you'd be like, all right, Tommy, you gotta get that first down, but on first down, I get it. You slide, you're a yard short, and that's gonna take us to the end of a very exciting first quarter.
You want fireworks in the FCS quarterfinals? Come to Davis at the 8th seed and the unseeded Illinois State Redbirds. We're on top 21-17. What a wild game so far. Both teams vying for a spot in the semis.
College football's most prestigious fraternity welcomes a new member. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by Nissan, tonight at 7 on ABC.
And for the first time on ABC, Fernando Mendoza, the odds-on favorite, for good reason.
Mendoza. I would vote for Jeremiah Love because I'm biased towards running backs, but that's just me.
You and running backs stick together.
That's right.
Here in Davis, California, the FCS quarterfinals. Tommy Rittenhouse and Illinois State firing, and it's intercepted. Ty Richardson almost had one earlier. He snags this one, And Richardson still going inside the 30. And he's edged out of bounds around the 25. Richardson's second pick of the year and the 8th of his career to turn the tide for the Aggies.
And then the return after the interception, outstanding. Give credit to Javon Charles, 85, the tight end for Illinois State. Doesn't give up on the play, or else Ty Richardson's taking that to the end zone. But nonetheless, a big-time return by UC Davis, and that was a stop their defense needed, and they get it.
A 54-yard return by Richardson, who made the leap from Division III at Tufts University in Massachusetts to D1 here in the FCS.
I love guys like that because they have a chip on their shoulder and they want to prove themselves, and Ty Richardson is doing that.
Remember, UC Davis was behind 21-10. Now a chance to take the lead, and a tipped pass. Incomplete. Ian Simpson, the tight end, was the target.
And that was Anthony Corona, the middle linebacker. He was just kind of spying Pinnock, and a good job athletically as he times that throw to knock it away.
This is the last quarterfinal of the weekend. The winner to play the 12-seed Villanova next week in the semifinals. The pop pass to Batu, UC Davis's leading receiver, and he turns the corner toward the 15-yard line.
And you just see how strong Batu Jr. is as he bounces off. And give Kayasiya credit, the running back. He's out there blocking in space, which helped Batu Jr. break through there and get it to 3rd and short here. Easiest pass for a quarterback. This little pop that does go down as a pass. C-34 out there blocking.
Boy, Batu looks like he's moving just fine, despite the plantar fasciitis
which is painful.
that he's been dealing with the last couple of weeks. He has not practiced at all here in the playoffs for UC Davis. But he's on the field on Saturday. Fisher on 3rd and short, ripping ahead for the first down.
And they brought A.J. Hassan in there, 60. They lined him up in the backfield, pulled him around the big offensive line, and got that meat package, if you will. Good push up there and a first down.
That is a lot of meat.
You got about 8 offensive linemen in there right there. It was good. I would love to run behind that.
You didn't have that kind of line at UMass?
Well, I did, but we didn't have the fancy where you put about 8 or 9 of them in there like that.
Now Pinnock to throw, lofting it, incomplete, intended for Lavielle Pickett, the tallest UC Davis receiver at 6'4". Cam Wilson had the coverage.
Yeah, contact in the secondary, but I like the play on there. I like that there was no flag. They both ran into each other, so good no call there.
Yeah, Dorian DeBose, the redshirt freshman, was in coverage actually here, Rini.
And there's no doubt, Pickett 6'4", DeBose 5'11". That's where they picked that matchup. But good coverage by DeBose.
Pinnock with the screen. Flag is down from behind the play. And Fisher barrels down to the 2-yard line. But again, 2 flags down.
Previous spot, 10 yards. Repeat second down.
Sounds like a hold.
It's going to be a hold. Yeah.
Number 52, offense. Penalties 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Yeah, that's the center, Zaire Collier.
The refs can leave their mics open like that all the time. I love it.
Why not?
It's kind of like that ACC
exactly
inside view. We get a little inside listen and watch 52 Collier right in front. And on the screen, you do want to throw the defender. That's the way they're taught. But sometimes if you get too much cloth and you throw them to the ground, the official will call a hold. That's a tough one for Collier because they had that play dialed up nicely.
First penalty of the game against UC Davis. So 2nd down and 20. Right outside the red zone now. Fisher squirting through the hole, and Fisher right down to around the 5-yard line. They stop him at the 7. Wow.
And that's where when you're a little smaller, like 5'8", 180, like Fisher, you just kind of hide behind those offensive linemen, then boom, you see that explosion there as he pops through the hole on the other side. Excellent job.
Fisher going for 14 yards to bring up a much more manageable 3rd and 6 here. Play clock running down here. Dobbins in motion. They give it to Fisher again. And bouncing inside the 5. He needs around the 2. And stops short.
And you feel like Tim Plow's going for this. I don't even think that's a question, right? In a game that, with all these points. And this is where you dial up, Ted. And boy, Samuel Batu Jr. is limping off the field. And that's not a good sign for UC Davis. You wonder if that plantar fasciitis is flaring up. They're going to bring in, call it the meat crew again, because they called it that before. We're going to have some big bodies coming in here. But I was almost going to say one of your really good 2-point plays that you practice could come in handy here.
So 4th and 2, and Fisher is hit behind the line. Sandwiched. DeBose, a part of that crew, along with Ty Niekamp, the leader of that defense. It's another stop for Illinois State.
And you just felt like UC Davis rushed that. Great penetration, Ty Niekamp. Oh, by the way, 145 tackles on the year coming into this game. Big time stop. Redbirds ball on the other side.
Ty Niekamp and Dorian DeBose made sure that Illinois State would bow their neck on 4th down.
Well, and Ty Niekamp, 46, is the Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year, right there, the middle linebacker. As I said, 145 tackles coming in this game. You better put a hat on him. You let him scrape right inside, and then the DeBose, the corner, comes off the edge, and just excellent defensive play for Illinois State to get that stop.
These teams combined for 6 scores in 7 drives in the first quarter. Now back-to-back stops. The interception by Rittenhouse, and now the turnover on downs. Victor Dawson leans ahead to the 9-yard line. Richardson, who had that pick on the last drive for UC Davis, made the tackle. You know, last week Rittenhouse throws the 5 interceptions. Yeah. Rini, North Dakota State scored only 1 time off those picks. And here today, after the interception, Illinois State comes up with a stop.
I can't say enough about the Illinois State defense last week, and then again here with the way they've been playing, just tremendous.
Dawson again. diving to the 13. Kalani Rinnick made the tackle, so 3rd and short.
Feel like we can catch our breath. A couple run plays in a row, nothing, no big chunk plays, just.
It's been all Dawson so far for Illinois State. And again, Winker's right, battling a shoulder injury, all-conference player himself. We were told there's a chance he would be available, but no sign of him just yet. Only the second 3rd down for Illinois State today. They need a yard. Dawson, 3rd straight carry, and he stumbles ahead for the 1st down.
You know, Ted, you talked about Victor Dawson's travels. Started FCS, was really good. Goes to FBS at Cincinnati, and then back to FCS. Just goes to show you, grass isn't always greener, right? I tell kids all the time when people ask my opinion, the most important thing is you want to play. I get it, there's money out there, there's NIL, there's opportunities, but when you're 50 years old and you're looking back at your career, you want to have been able to play and really contribute it. And boy, Victor Dawson's doing that here at Illinois State.
Here in the 15th game of the season, closing in on 1,000 yards. Rittenhouse fakes it to him and slings it up top. Maylander to the top rung, and he pulls it down across the 30-yard line. 17 yards.
Yeah, talked about the ball skills of Daniel Sopkowicz. Luke Maylander's got some pretty good ball skills as well as he goes up, makes this catch, and then toe taps that left foot, make sure he gets it in. Great awareness on the sideline. Boy, freshman of the year in Missouri Valley. He's going to have a great career.
That's what the Illinois State coaches stressed to us this week. With a flag down here as Dawson gets the handoff. That outside of Sopkowicz, there are more weapons
Ball start.
now.
Number 82, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
You know, if a team tries to take away Daniel Sopkowicz, and many teams try, it's pretty hard to do. Maylander can beat them. Dylan Lord can beat them. He has a touchdown in this game, and of course the running game with Victor Dawson now.
We haven't even called out Eddie Casper's name yet. He's had a nice year as well.
So 1st and 15 for the Redbirds. Dawson searching for daylight, and he picks up a yard to the 28. McCray Madruga playing a little bit more with the injuries up front for UC Davis, hauls him down.
Yeah, and Jackson Severs comes in there as well. You know, with all the flashiness and the big plays, and we talked about this earlier, Ted, this game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage when it's all said and done. Which offense or defensive line can win? That's going to determine this game, which it usually does.
Rittenhouse has time and throws it to the UC Davis bench. Dylan Lord was in the vicinity. It brings up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, they wanted to come underneath. They wanted to run a little swing screen to Victor Dawson. Excellent recognition by UC Davis defensively. They jumped it, went to that deep out route, good coverage, and the ball gets overthrown.
And so Illinois State has converted twice on 3rd down today, but now they need 14.
Yeah, this defensive coordinator, Matt Coombs, dial up a blitz here. Let's see.
And remember, no Jacob Syke for UC Davis today. Their top pass rusher, Rittenhouse, scrambling, eyeing the 42, and he dives ahead for the 1st down. The play is never over with Tommy Rittenhouse. He picks up 15.
And defensively, that's exactly what you wanted. You don't run a blitz. You just rush 5. You force him to run. That's fine. He's got to go 14 yards. You got to come up and make that tackle. They don't do it in the awareness of Tommy Rittenhouse to dive forward and make sure he gets that 1st down. That's all Tommy Rittenhouse.
And the surrender cobra from Jacob Syke, a finalist for the Buck Buchanan Award, the FCS Defensive Player of the Year. All he can do today is watch with that torn hip flexor. Pass caught by Sopkowicz on 1st down. And he's across midfield in the clutches of freshman corner Drew Cofield. Picks up 8.
that's just an easy pass to catch. If they're going to give you a cushion like that on your best player, just throw it out there. Pick up 7-8 yards on first down. You will take that all day long.
You see Sopkowitz, he's got a brace on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Rini,
Everyone's beat up this time of the year.
It's December,
Yep.
right? He missed a couple of games in the middle of the season with that injury. He's still wearing the brace. He says it doesn't really affect him. And you can remember, had a 93-yard touchdown earlier today. Dawson again. Broke one tackle, and he spins ahead to the 41. First down.
And remember, because Illinois State played in the first round, this is their 15th game of the year already. So a lot of football under the belt of these guys.
Again, such a remarkable story as Illinois State's on the march here. Remember, took over deep in their own end after the turnover on downs. The last remaining unseeded team in the FCS quarterfinals, they were among the last 4 teams in the field, according to the committee. Coming off that upset of 1 seed North Dakota State. On the 10th play of the drive, Victor Dawson carving his way inside the 30-yard line.
You know, and that offensive line for Illinois State, they've had some injuries this year. They've had to plug some guys in. They're winning at the point of attack right now. They're winning the line of scrimmage, and then you give it to your big 220-pound back, little inside zone, and just excellent job. You see Logan Grassfield, 70. It's his first year here. He's manhandling his guy, just winning up front.
Clearing the way for Dawson. And now a stoppage here with under 5 to play in the half.
Previous plays under further review for the ball carrier being down.
Okay.
Well, and I'm going to stay out of this one because I was completely wrong last time. I'll let you look at it, Ted. You be the analyst.
Yeah, right. I mean, nobody needs that. But let's take a look here. Of course, a first down on the field. You know, Dawson's so hard to bring down. They'll take a closer look. We will too. We'll come back with the result with Illinois State in front and driving again here on the road. Fairly quick review
After
during the
further
timeout.
review, the runner's knee was down, and the ball will be placed at the 31-yard line. First down, Illinois State.
Yeah, it's still a first down for Victor Dawson. He was trying to fight his way out of the tackle of Cole Batson, but that knee did go down.
Yeah, we got a great shot of it here. Good call, and the only thing it caused, Victor Dawson, a few yards on the box score.
But still move the chains for Illinois State. They took over at their own 4 after stopping UC Davis on downs, and now they've got it at the 31. Dawson again. A stiff arm for Richardson. Oh, Victor Dawson throwing him down. Severs finally pushed him out. That is a big man stiff arm.
And I love the stiff arm. Not enough backs do it anymore. Well, guess what? Victor Dawson just did it, and Ty Richardson knew it was coming. If Ty Richardson could have just held on at the end, it would have been okay. But Dawson was strong enough to just repel him there with that stiff arm and get up the field.
Get out of his way. And with that run, Dawson eclipses 1,000 yards for the season. Under 4 to play in the half. Dawson again. Really outside of the Rittenhouse scramble on 3rd and 14 in Illinois State's own end. This has been Victor Dawson's
And
drive.
this is what Illinois State can do offensively. They can hit you quick, right? The big play, we've seen it, but they can possess the ball. They doubled time of possession in the Fargo Dome last week, so they can control the ball. And there's no doubt there's a concerted effort here with head coach Brock Spack and offensive coordinator Tony Peterson to slow this game down. They want to get a score here, get momentum going in at halftime and not give UC Davis any time here in this first half.
Rainey, they actually huddle. Who does that in college football these days? Dawson again. And inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 3. A timeout for UC Davis.
First charged of the first half.
And that's what Tim Plow's thinking. He's
30-second
got
timeout.
that offensive mind. He's thinking, all right, I'm going to use my timeouts because I want the ball back with some time to score regardless of what Illinois State does here.
And remember, Rainey, Illinois State will have the ball to start the second half.
The old they're looking for the 2-for-1. Last score of the half and then get the first score of the second half. And Tim Plow goes, no, can't take my timeouts in the locker room. I'm going to use them here. Give the offense some time here right before halftime. But boy, this has been an entertaining first half to say the least.
And pretty even.
Yeah,
across
very
the
even.
board.
To me, the reason Illinois State's winning is special teams, right? They had the kickoff return, had the stop on the fake field goal.
Now 2 years as the head coach, 2 quarterfinal appearances for Tim Plow. And his defense trying to put up the stop sign on Illinois State now with this first half winding down. Seth Glatz is giving Victor Dawson a breather at running back. He motions out. Rittenhouse cannot escape. Taken down by Trent Carrad. Boy, they need Carrad if Jacob Sight can't play today. Big stop.
And Carrad's been playing well. We haven't called his name out today until right there, and that's a big-time sack for Trent Carrad. Good coverage on the back end by UC Davis. And now this crowd's getting on their feet.
First sack of the game for either team. And now 3rd down and 12 for Illinois State. Rittenhouse completes it to Scotty Presson Jr., the hero from a week ago with that go-ahead 2-point conversion. He stopped well short of the first down by Jaden Stanley.
And I like what Tim Plow did. He used the 1 timeout. They get the sack. He doesn't use it. He's not going to use it here because they're going to hit the 2-minute timeout. He's going to force a field goal attempt here, and then he's going to have roughly 2 minutes, minute 55 on the backside.
2-minute timeout.
To get his offense in scoring position.
So we do hit the 2-minute timeout here in the FCS quarterfinals, and decision time on the other side for Illinois State. Now the decision is to kick the field goal for Illinois State, which has had 5 kicks blocked this year. UC Davis has 3 blocks themselves. They blocked a field goal last year in the second round against Illinois State. From 34 to extend the lead. Maldonado, no good. Wide to the left. And it's the 7th miss of the year for Maldonado, who again has had 5 of them blocked. This one just off target.
Yeah, Brock Speck almost looking like he thought it got deflected. I don't think it did. I think he just pulled that. It's like a hooked 4-iron there.
Oh, it didn't look clean at all.
You know, it wasn't clean, and I think a defender did get a piece of it as well for UC Davis, but boy, it just did not come off his foot well. And a big stop for the defense for UC Davis.
Yeah, just the trajectory of the ball would suggest that somebody got a piece of it. In any event, UC Davis takes over at the 20 with 2 timeouts. Caden Pinnock, the star freshman, throws it away. So more pressure from Illinois State up front.
And that's what Travis Niekamp, the defensive coordinator, is doing. He's dialing up some pressure. They want to get Caden Pinnock off his spot. Good job there on first down.
Again, Illinois State will have the ball to start the second half. UC Davis would love to put something together here. Fisher can't turn the corner. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Cam Wilson and Wyatt Bowles, and it's 3rd and 10.
And that time you notice Cam Wilson came from the outside. He set that edge. He wasn't going to let Jordan Fisher get to the outside. And they make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
And Illinois State has all 3 timeouts. You wonder if they might use one.
And I'm curious why Brock Speck didn't use one right there, now that it's 3rd and long.
And UC Davis, of course, at this point, taking its time, something they rarely do.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he didn't use one right there on 3rd down.
Now, UC Davis can take this clock down to about 1:05 to go. 3rd and 10. Pinnock finds a dragging Dobbins for the first down. Dobbins with plenty of space, pushed out near midfield by LaShavion Brown. 31 yards, and the drive rolls on for Davis.
And now you know why he didn't take the timeout. He's worried that they were going to do this because they're an explosive offense. Just a drag route by Dobbins. The defender falls down. Pinnock puts it on him, and just like that, they're at midfield.
Clock stopped here at 56 seconds. Again, 2 timeouts for UC Davis. Pinnock underneath, the bobble and the catch by Simpson, who is a weapon in the passing game at tight end. Gain of 6, clock rolling here.
I'm surprised Plow didn't use one of his 2 right there, but they're getting on the line in a hurry here, but a lot of times running.
Pinnock out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. So he found the escape hatch for 7 yards, and the clock stops at 31 seconds and a first down.
It's such a big play because he knows he needs to get out of bounds. He does it. He picks up the first down, saves that timeout. So you still got 2 with 31 seconds, so you can still use the middle of the field. Middle of the field is still open for you if you're UC Davis.
Just a 4-man rush this time, and Pinnock's pass is broken up. Dorian DeBose thumbs down. Tyler Hennessy was the target.
Yeah, DeBose was just in his hip pocket. You can't cover any better on that deep crossing route. DeBose is right there. Doesn't hook him with the left hand, which you see a lot, right? Back judge is looking, it doesn't hook him with the left, comes through with that right hand and knocks it down. Tremendous coverage.
27 seconds to play in the half. Now the target line for a field goal would be around the 28 for UC Davis. The screen for Simpson, and Simpson pushes inside the 35. Now UC Davis has to call a timeout here. Dexter Niekamp makes the stop. 3-yard pickup. Aggies call time. 19 seconds to go.
This is what makes this sport so amazing.
And the 12-team playoff gets underway Friday night in Norman. The 8-9 matchup, Alabama and Oklahoma, rematch from the regular season. Here in the FCS playoffs, the quarterfinal round, and the last quarterfinal to kick off here out west. Just west of Sacramento, UC Davis, the 8 seed, hosting the team that knocked off top seed North Dakota State. And out of the timeout, 3rd and 7 for the Aggies. Oh, some movement up front. The flag is thrown.
Ball start, 79, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's the right tackle, Ernesto Nava. Now it's a veteran line, Rini, all 5 starters back from last season, but a mistake there.
Yeah, the defense just shifted, which they're allowed to do, and Nava just went with them. Just can't do that, gotta hold your water there. He knew that.
So 3rd and 12, but UC Davis just does have 1 timeout left. Pinnock on the keeper inside the 35, so 4th down. And this is really outside of Hunter Ridley's range still for UC Davis. Tim Plow told us the target would be
timeout
around the 28. He calls a timeout here with 3 seconds left.
It's interesting though, there's no wind today. It's died down, it's a cool day. It's about a 50-yarder from here, Ted. I think he's gonna give him a shot, I really do. With 3 seconds left. I mean, I think your chances of coming out here with points, obviously, is the field goal. So, 50-yarder, you know, his long this year's 46, but I think he'll give him a shot at 50 since there's no wind in his face.
Ridley was 2nd team All-Big Sky a year ago, but a step back this year as a senior, just 13 of 20 on the season coming into this week. And he'll get a shot here from just over 50 yards. He's 0 for 2 from beyond 50 this season. Officially a 51-yard attempt on what looks to be the final play of the half. Ridley unloads. No good. Missed it way to the right. So UC Davis comes up empty on that final drive, and Brock Spack's Illinois State team, coming off that historic upset of North Dakota State last week, has the lead on the road here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, playing good football. We expected they would for sure.
21-17 coming up. We'll show you who the winner of this game will face next week in the semifinals. At the half here, just west of Sacramento, the last spot in the FCS semifinals at stake. The 8 seed UC Davis and Illinois State. Well, who will the winner of this game face? Well, somebody who has capitalized on all of the chaos that has hit the FCS playoffs this year. Earlier today, Rini, the 4 seed Tarleton State, the 12 seed Villanova, it looked like Tarleton was going to run away with this thing.
It did. They were up 14-0 early. I was watching the hotel room, and I'm thinking, this thing's over. Tarleton State is about to blow out Villanova.
Victor Cabalas with that touchdown to Peyton Kramer. Villanova battled back, made it a 14-12 game at halftime, but Cabalas then hooking up with Trayvon West, who extend the lead, but Villanova just kept coming back.
Well, that's the thing. They kept fighting. They got the ground game going. They really won at the line of scrimmage, and that was big for them today.
Jabril Mace, 150 yards, plus that touchdown from 47 yards out. So early fourth quarter, Villanova down by 2, and Pat McQuaid, the Nichols transfer, hitting Braden Reed for the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, McQuaid just kept battling, throwing dimes all day.
And under 2 minutes to play, a chance to seal it and Nova does just that. McQuaid to Reed for the first down, and that was it. Yes, the 12 seed Villanova moving on to the semifinals with the 26-21 win. Tarleton could have taken the lead right before that series, though.
We were watching this game in the booth, and I thought Gavalis could have run it here easily and picked up the first down, if not the touchdown. He throws it, and the receiver just can't toe tap. Excellent job by the defensive back. Get those hands on him, shove him out of bounds. It goes to replay. Incomplete pass. Nova wins it.
26-21. Villanova, 10 consecutive wins now. After the 1-2 start, this team lost a game to Monmouth very early in the year, and yet Mark Ferrante's team is in the semifinals for the first time since 2010.
Yeah. Turned it around from after that Monmouth loss and just kept battling. They had an excellent season, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, Villanova, the 12 seed in the semis. They'll play either UC Davis or Illinois State. If UC Davis comes out on top, yes, Villanova is coming this way to UC Davis Health Stadium, but there is the scenario. If Illinois State wins, yes, Villanova as the 12 seed would host in the FCS semifinals. That is just how this year has shaped up in the FCS playoffs.
In the future, whenever the winner's name is mentioned,
Jeremiah Love, Diego Pavia, Fernando Mendoza, Julian Sand,
we will always be followed by the defining phrase, Heisman Trophy winner.
Seven o'clock Eastern, ABC. Tonight, the 91st Heisman Trophy presentation. You can make a very compelling case for every one of these four worthy finalists. But, EJ, there's a reason that says minus 2,500 next to Fernando Mendoza.
Look, Fernando Mendoza not only won a Big Ten title game, where obviously he probably locked up the Heisman Trophy last weekend. I go back to the Penn State game right there. This throw was his Heisman moment late in the game. at Happy Valley, backline in the end zone of Omar Cooper. And I'll tell you what, guys, he's been steady the entire season. He can run the football right at 3,000 yards passing. So I expect Fernando Mendoza more than likely, fellas, to lock this thing up today.
I agree with you, EJ. I want to give some love to the running back position, though, because Jeremiah Love has been phenomenal this year. 1,372 yards on the ground, 18 touchdowns. And those numbers would be so much bigger if he didn't have a great teammate in Jadarian Price that has almost 700 yards and 11 touchdowns himself. If he was the only guy in that Notre Dame backfield, who knows what numbers he could have put up. He's been the most electrifying player in the country this year.
But I will say this, there is a lot of value with Diego Pavia potentially getting this Heisman Trophy, fellas. And if you look at him in the last 4 weeks of the season, he was putting up a ton of numbers, well over 300 yards in multiple of those games. He also was running the football at a high clip, had a couple 100-yard games as well this season. And you know what? He beat his rival in Tennessee at Tennessee. And by the way, you see that number, 71 completion percentage. That's a huge deal for a quarterback who's gotten better and better every year since he's been at Vandy.
As for Julian Sayin, you could make a case he might hold up a national championship trophy at the end of this season. It comes your way 7 o'clock Eastern, ABC and the ESPN app tonight. The 91st presentation of the Heisman Trophy.
So many kids from the state of Montana. This is their Super Bowl, the best rivalry game, arguably in the college football landscape.
The Grizz-Cat game.
Cat Grizz all the way.
I mean, C comes before G anyways. I don't know why anyone would call it Grizz-Cat. It's Cat Grizz.
Just tell them to check that overall record. Pretty self-explanatory if you ask me.
You betcha. However one says it, they are guaranteed to anger half of Montana. There are 204 miles of interstate between Missoula and Bozeman. And to the fans of the Montana Grizzlies and Montana State Bobcats, anger is the point in a rivalry that so perfectly divides the state while also so perfectly defining it.
That disdain and that dislike for them is just born in you.
It's small communities where there's people on both sides that are going to argue it probably every day of the year. It's within families that there's people on both sides.
I don't even like going to Missoula, spending much time there. My fiance lives there, so I have to go there a lot more than I wish I did.
As a player, you're not allowed to talk about the game until it's the week of the game. You're not allowed to use Montana in front of their name. The team doesn't stay in Bozeman.
The hotels are too expensive, so no, I don't like to stay in Bozeman.
The most played rivalry west of the Mississippi was first played in 1897. William McKinley was president. Montana had been a state for barely 8 years, and the legal forward pass was still 9 years away. A Montana-sized mountain of malice, equaled in elevation by a pile of memories and moments, like the streak.
It's a lopsided rivalry, and we like keeping it that way.
16 in a row, starting in 1986.
Back to pass. They go for the corner. Touchdown, Montana.
He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzly.
He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Montana. 55 yards.
We literally talked about the streak, keeping the streak alive. It was very intense and a lot of pride.
27 seconds left on the clock. They pitch to Kinnaman. He's running to his left. Touchdown, Bobcats. They are going bonkers here in Bozeman.
You didn't want to be known as the team that ended the streak.
Here is the kick. Chris Hefner, 37 yards. The kick is up, and it is good. The Montana Grizzlies have come back to win this football game, 27-25. The Grizzlies are going nuts on the field. The Bobcats can't believe it.
I was maybe one or two, but I still hear about it today. You know, Travis Lule going out there as a freshman, winning it, breaking the streak.
15, 10, 5, touchdown, Bobcats. It's over. The streak is over. The game is over. And the Bobcats end the streak where it began in Missoula. Oh, baby.
And then Miracle in Missoula, Tucker Yates punching out on the goal line for the Cats to win.
Eastwood did not make it. Ball out. And the Bobcats get it. The Bobcats win the game.
It's something that every single game, every memory, every series, every play sticks in your heart if you're a player that played in it.
Well, there's a reason game day has been to the Treasure State for Cat Grizz Cat, however you view it. Because of the results today, we're going to have it again, this time in the FCS playoffs. Rainey, just moments ago, Montana, the 3 seed, putting the finishing touches on the 11 seed South Dakota in Missoula.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. Michael Wortham, 11 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just a dominant performance today by Montana at home.
Drew Deck returning a punt for a touchdown here for Montana. Big day from him, big day for Montana all the way around. Quarterback Kali Ayat, 300 yards. They get it done on the ground as they usually do as well to crack 50 in the final minute. So Montana on its way to the semifinals. Of course, last night, Montana State, the number 2 seed, the national runner-up from a year ago, took care of Stephen F. Austin.
And Adam Jones had an excellent night at running back, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Montana State's another one of those programs with weapons all over the place.
And Justin Lamson, the Stanford transfer, also a big day, accounting for 3 touchdowns. The Big Sky newcomer of the year. Montana State went up 24-0 in this one. SFA, they're trying to make a game of it in the second half, but Montana State, just too much in the end at home in Bozeman. The Bobcats getting it done. Adam Jones, as you mentioned, 3 touchdowns himself.
Yeah, another really tough place to play, whether you're in Bozeman or Missoula. Really hard to win on the road, and guess what? We get to see Brawl of the Wild once again.
It'll be the 125th all-time meeting between Montana State and Montana next Saturday, 4 Eastern on ABC. And for the first time ever in the history of this storied rivalry, they're going to meet in the playoffs.
And I never realized that. That is outstanding. What a game that's going to be next week.
A playoff brawl of the Wild next week in the semifinals. Who's going to the semis here in Davis? We'll find out next. Here in misty Davis, California, just west of Sacramento, we welcome you back to the quarterfinals of the FCS Championship on ESPN. One spot remains in the semifinals. Illinois State unseeded, up 21-17 over the 8 seed UC Davis. Glad you're back with us, along with Rini and Golia. I'm Ted Emmerich. We had a track meet in the first quarter. These teams combined for all 38 points in the first 15 minutes, then just a little bit of defense in the second.
Listen, they moved the ball in the second quarter, just no scoring, and that's, give credit to the defenses. They were both bending a little bit, but they didn't break, so no points. And man, I think this is going to be a well of a second half here.
Yeah, again, the winner to meet Villanova in the semifinals next week. Yeah, Caden Pinnock for UC Davis, freshman of the year in the Big Sky. Tommy Rittenhouse, honorable mention, all Missouri Valley for Illinois State, both putting up big numbers.
And we know in that second quarter, we saw some takeaways and some stops from the defense. So what I'm going to be looking at the second half is which defense can get that big stop or takeaway, but then score off it, right? Make points off the turnover. I think that's going to win this game here. We'll see.
Redbirds ball to open the second half. After UC Davis missed that 51-yard field goal to close out the first half. Isaac Mancera, the redshirt freshman, boots it away to get the third quarter started. And Illinois State to start from the 25. Yeah, there were plenty of pyrotechnics in that first quarter.
Well, it's funny, we talk about first half highlights, really first quarter highlights. You see the kickoff return to get it going, Chris Taylor there, and then UC Davis comes right back to their all-everything running back, Jordan Fisher. And then Tommy Rittenhouse says, let me drop this one right in the bucket to Dylan Lord. And it was back and forth. It was really a basketball game in that first quarter, and then Pinnock finds Stacey Dobbins in the corner of the end zone. He high points that ball, and it was very entertaining first half, to say the least.
There were only 3 combined drives in that second quarter. Illinois State took up about 11 minutes on one drive that did not result in points. Victor Dawson is cut down by Jaden Stanley for a loss.
And that's a name, if you're a UC Davis fan, you got to hear more of in the second half. Jaden Stanley's the boundary safety. He's a good tackler. He's one of the leaders. He needs to come up and make some plays, and he starts the second half with a good tackle right there for a loss.
And Reedy again with UC Davis short-handed on defense with Jacob Syke, one of the best defensive players in the FCS, out with that hip injury up front. It's all hands on deck around him. Dawson with the handoff this time, and Dawson scoots closer to the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and about 2, gain of 10.
Yeah, that big offensive line. Landon Woodard, the left guard, 68. Moving guys off the ball, and you talked about without Jacob Syke up front, and there he is right there in street clothes, that torn hip flexor. The offensive line of Illinois State's doing a nice job today.
Well, Syke, in his 1 year at UC Davis, making such a difference, tried to give it a go, just could not push through here today. On 3rd down, Rittenhouse converts. Daniel Sobkowitz, who else? One of the top receivers in the FCS with a gain past the 40.
And again, the true freshman Drew Cofield is on Sobkowitz, and Sobkowitz has the best ball skills for Illinois State. You put it around him, he's gonna catch it. Great hands, doesn't let the ball get to his body, just one-on-one. He's getting a little option route there, and nice catch for the 1st down.
Sobkowitz over 100 yards today, had a 93-yard touchdown in that 1st quarter. Rittenhouse guns it to Maylander. And Maylander shuffles out of bounds with a gain of 8.
And that's the thing for opponents of Illinois State. Eventually, Sobkowitz is going to move on, and you're like, oh, we got rid of him, the all-time leading, touchdown receiver for Illinois State. Oh, Luke Maylander, freshman. I mean, it's like a revolving door there. Just bring in another really good receiver.
Again, so many weapons for Illinois State, which has not always been the case outside of maybe that #1 receiver. They love their depth this season, and they love Victor Dawson, who plows ahead for the 1st down. Gain of 4.
At that left side of the offensive line, he got a lot of starts over there with Woodward, Jake Pope, 67, all conference. It's the side I'd want to run behind on short yardage.
You gotta love Victor Dawson, who transferred here even with the presence of Wankers Wright, who again we have not seen so far, battling the injury. He just wanted to contribute to a winning team again. Dawson fed again. And inside the 40-yard line, Nate Ruchina finally brings him down. It's a gain of 7. Dawson had just 7 carries, Reedy, over the last 2 years combined at Cincinnati.
So the one good thing is he's fresh, right? I mean, he's the type of back, old school, brings me back to like the 90s, where you can give him the ball 25, 30, 35 times. He runs with that kind of presence and power.
He said, I wanted to play in meaningful games and just be on the field again. He's been that #2 back most of the season. He's definitely the lead guy right now. Dawson stepping out of another tackle into the secondary and tripped up inside the 20 by Stanley. 21 more yards as Victor Dawson goes over 100 for the game.
And it's a great combination. You have a 220-pound downhill runner in Victor Dawson, who has speed, by the way, and you have an offensive line that's just controlling the line of scrimmage. They're getting downfield, they're getting their blocks, creating holes, and Dawson's not flashy. He's going to hit it. Square those shoulders and go, and it's a great combination.
Now inside the red zone, and Seth Glatz takes Dawson's place in the backfield. Glatz powers inside the 15. He's that new #2 back with Wankers Wright injured right now. The coaches rave that Glatz is that guy, just never complains. No, he hasn't got a ton of touches before the last few weeks of the season, just does his job at practice, and he's earned this opportunity.
Yeah, and I love that. Coach has said if he gets 2 carries, he's good. If he gets none, he's fine. If he gets 10, he's good. He's just a player that wants to contribute and help.
Glatz stays in there on 2nd and 6. Again, on the ground, Glatz to the end zone for the touchdown. Illinois State comes out of the locker room, and they march right down the field for a 2-score lead here in the quarterfinals.
And took over 5 minutes off the clock. Just a concerted effort to control the ball inside zone. Good vision by Glatz as he goes to that right side, but then he cuts it back left. Good ball security, ball high and tight in that left hand, and in the end zone he goes.
And Maldonado adds the extra point. 59 of the 75 yards on that touchdown drive coming on the ground for Illinois State.
Yeah, offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage. You put in Seth Glatz. It's pretty fresh. And in the end zone he goes. Illinois State looks good here early in the 3rd.
Now the FCS championship making the move from Frisco to Nashville this year. One semifinal is set for the first time ever. The Brawl of the Wild in the postseason. Montana State and Montana in Bozeman next Saturday, 4 Eastern on ABC. And the winner of our game will face the 12 seed Villanova in the other semifinal. If Illinois State wins, that means Villanova is hosting as the 12 seed. This ball ricochets off Zach Jones, and it's recovered there by UC Davis inside the 15. Oh, blunder there.
Yeah, Zach Jones wanted the fair catch. It just misplayed it in this hazy sky. Hits the ground. Luckily, they recover because it's obviously a live ball. Yeah, and just jumps on it. But yeah, right now everything kind of going Illinois State way. But we'll see what UC Davis can do offensively here to start this second half.
It's the worst starting field position of the game for the Aggies. Fisher looking to turn the corner. He cannot do it. C.J. Richard Jr., the redshirt freshman safety from Houston, building that fence.
Well, and there's no doubt defensive coordinator Travis Niekamp told these guys, set the edges, get to the boundary. Do not let Fisher turn the corner like he did in that first touchdown. They're doing a really nice job running sideline to sideline.
Caden Pinnock, a deep shot. He wants Zach Jones. He's got him. Ball comes out at the end. And Illinois State has recovered. It's not an incomplete pass. It's ruled a catch and a fumble. Shadwell Kuba recovers it.
With a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense.
He clearly caught it. This is going to go to replay, though, because was his knee down? We're going to get a great look here. He makes the catch. He's not bobbling, and he tucks it. That's a, oh boy, that right knee when the ball came out. We'll have to slow that down. But yeah, it's funny because we were talking to the replay official before the game. He said, yeah, I've done like 9 reviews the entire year. I go, we just jinxed ourselves for today because this is about to be replay number 3. I'm assuming he's going to, he's looking at it no matter what, whether he stops it. But wow, was that close. Clearly a catch in my opinion. Does the ball come out before that knee hits the ground? So we have a catch by Jones. And it's the right knee or right shin. Remember, the shin is down as well. Yeah, and the replay saw enough that he's not going to stop this. And that's the right call. That ball was coming out. That's a great view right there by our crew. Good shot, guys. That ball was coming out before that right shin and knee hit the ground.
And Rainey, an incredible play by Shadwell Kuba. First team All-Missouri Valley at corner. His first year transferred from the FBS in Louisiana. He strips Zach Jones and recovers the fumble. And the Redbirds have it back. The dump off to Victor Dawson. And Dawson shoving his way for the first down. A gain of 11.
And you'll see Illinois State here. We talked about huddling up a few times in that first half. They're going to do it again here in the second half because they know with a 2-score lead, they want to slow this game. Their best defense is just keeping UC Davis off the field, and they want to control the line of scrimmage, run the ball, exactly what they are doing.
The crazy thing is Illinois State coaches told us this week, we're not usually this way. Again, Dawson, this time on the ground. He picks up a yard. Says most of the year we're no huddle. We like to pick our spots when we go up tempo. But last week against North Dakota State, the defending champ, Brock Spack says, hey, let's limit the possessions in that game. It certainly worked. They owned the clock.
Yep.
And now they're starting to do that again here against UC Davis.
And just look at the keys, points of emphasis when I talk to the coaches. Control the line of scrimmage, check, they're doing that. Protect the football, check, they're doing that. Establish the run, check, they're doing that. And make the plays when they're there to be made. They're 4 for 4 with their points of emphasis that they wanted to do to this point.
It's really that Missouri Valley formula that has worked for the Bison or the Jackrabbits through the years, the Dakota schools, as Seth Glatz tumbles toward the first down marker at the 41.
And to me, what makes it in Illinois State so dangerous is because they can play that physical Missouri Valley football, right? They can control the line of scrimmage, they can pound it at you, but then they got weapons galore on the outside where if they need to go fast and they want to spread it outside line to sideline with vertical shots, they have the athletes to do it on the outside. That's a very dangerous team.
Now again, they had to sweat out Selection Sunday a few weeks ago. 4 losses in the regular season. Seth Glatz stood up at the line of scrimmage here. I mean, Illinois State lost by 30 at home to Southern Illinois, a non-playoff team in the regular season finale. And they were one of the last 4 teams in the field.
Yeah, and there's no doubt there was probably some thoughts like, boy, we just cost ourselves a playoff shot. But they got in, like you said, the last 4. And guess what? Once you get in, it's a new season. They've taken advantage of it.
Brock Spack said none of them watched tape the next week of that game. Said just fix it and move on. Rittenhouse completes it. Breaking a tackle, Sobkowitz to the sideline. And he moves the chains again for Illinois State.
Yeah, you know, and Drew Cofield, the young corner for UC Davis, he's going to be having nightmares of Daniel Sobkowitz because just a little crossing around and then through the traffic, just can't make the tackle and another first down.
Up to 132 yards on 5 catches for Sobkowitz. The former walk-on turned one of the best receivers in the FCS. Now Dawson plunging for a yard. So Sobkowitz, when he got to Illinois State, right, no scholarship, and offensive coordinator Tony Peterson about a year later says during spring ball, he tells Brock Speck, Daniel Sobkowitz is our best receiver. I know he's a walk-on. He's our best guy.
What are you talking about? No, he's our best guy.
He got a scholarship before the start of that next season.
And guess what? Came to fruition, because he is one of the best ever to play there.
15 touchdowns, the 93-yarder earlier in this game, and a school record 37 in his career. On second down, Rittenhouse dumps it for Dawson. He managed it. Oh, look out, umpire. A first down for Dawson. Man, Kelvin Woodburn, the umpire, right in the crosshairs as Dawson picks up 15.
Kelvin, watch out, because Victor Dawson's not stopping for anything. Got a little smile on his face. The umpires are usually the tough guys in the officiating crew, so good job by him to jump back up. But, man, Victor Dawson, when he goes north and south and squares those shoulders, watch out.
Officials timeout.
And it was Jackson Severs, the linebacker, that kind of fell into the umpire. Luckily, his legs came out, so he was okay.
Yeah, Severs and Ruchina, they're almost sandwiching Kelvin Woodburn. Thankfully, a smile on his face. He's okay. That's what can happen in the middle of the field. Timeout here in Davis. You okay, Kelvin? Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
I think umpire Kelvin Woodburn might end up on Verts with this play. Look out.
Well, he needed a little vert to get out of the way there and to get up a little bit, but he's all right. Look at him shaking his head. He's fine, though.
You're fine. You're okay. Yeah, there's the smile.
Well, you know, Victor Dawson handed the ball, said, sorry about that. I need to get that first down.
Yeah, they were reviewing during the timeout. Oh, was Dawson down before he broke that tackle? No, not in this case. First down for Illinois State at the 28. Boy, the Redbirds driving again, already up 2 scores. And here's Victor Dawson again. Boy, Dawson, Rainey, you know it. Again, as an All-American running back yourself, it is so hard when that running back gets downhill like Dawson does.
And on first down, 4 yards is the key. Like everyone talks about third down conversions. You're a good third down converting team when you're good on first down. Because at 4 or 5 yards on first down, it keeps you ahead of the chains. And if you get into a third down situation, it's usually third and short and it's more manageable. And so 4 yards, let the clock run is exactly what Illinois State wants to do on first down.
Stick it in the belly of Dawson again. And Victor Dawson crashes ahead for a first down. Ty Richardson, the corner, has to drag him down 7 more yards for Dawson.
Yeah, I mean, Ty Richardson just grabbed on for dear life. I mean, you want to go lower at a big back like that, but, you know, he pops through the hole, and Ty Richardson said, just grab on for dear life, which he kind of does right there and rides him to the ground. But this third quarter could not have played out any better to this point for Illinois State.
It was a 21-17 lead for the Redbirds at half. They scored on the opening drive, forced the fumble, now driving again, and Dawson hit at the line of scrimmage this time by Nate Ruchina, the Cal transfer. Second and about 9.
But, I mean, it should have been like a 3-yard loss, and Dawson just fights through and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And you see Jaden Few there, who's in on the play. Few is the one who is having to step in for the injured Jacob side, but Illinois State starting to go mortar and pestle here. They are eating the clock for lunch.
I mean, UC Davis has only had the ball 52 seconds in this third quarter.
Well, Zach Jones lost that fumble on the big pass. Rittenhouse throwing to Sobkowitz. He pulls it in for the touchdown. When the Redbirds reach the red zone, they look for Sobkowitz.
Add that to the nightmare reel for Drew Cofield when he's sleeping with Daniel Sobkowitz, and we talked about it, the best ball skills on the field. So one-handed catch. Cofield's in good coverage, by the way. I don't think you can cover Sobkowitz any better. He double move, he doesn't bite. He sits right there, he's there. He's having the right hand held, and he still makes that catch with the left hand. That is ball skills. Wow.
Just absurd. 3 touchdowns last week in the historic upset of North Dakota State, and he's got his second here today. Maldonado adds the PAT. An 80-yard touchdown drive after the fumble by Zach Jones, and Daniel Sobkowitz ties the all-time record for catches at Illinois State. He's at the top of the record books across the board for the Redbirds. Well, Daniel Sobkowitz with his second touchdown here today. He's already got the program record for career touchdown catches. Now with 16 touchdowns this season, he's got the single season school record in that category.
I mean, we knew Daniel Sopkowitz was good. I watched him on tape coming into this game. He is better than I thought he was. Better than advertised. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he runs excellent routes, and even with tight coverage, talk about ball skills, that's hands, that's fighting off a defender, still making a catch. He's doing it all today.
Short kick, Zach Jones underneath it. Remember, he fumbled last time he touched it. Nice return, and the hurdle for Zach Jones, trying to give UC Davis a spark. He brings it to the 48 of Illinois State. A big return for Zach Jones, plus the hops.
And they need a little momentum. Nice return by Zach Jones. Little hurdle, we talk about track guys, right over the top. We'll see if that can kind of spur the offense. Not really, UC Davis offense, they've moved the ball. It's just they got to finish drives, they got to protect it. You can't turn it over, but I would expect Tim Plow here, they might up the pace a little bit here just to try to get into a rhythm quickly.
And facing their largest deficit here late in the third quarter now, they might have to.
And that doesn't
and
help.
A timeout with the play clock running
UC Davis
down
first
here.
Charged of the second half. 30 seconds.
You know, Rena, you think of all the shifts and motions that UC Davis does, they got started there way too late.
And sometimes you just, there's celebration from the big return and you're excited and you're just not ready and you come out and, down 18 as we're approaching the fourth quarter, definitely can't burn a timeout there, but they had to.
Yeah, biggest lead of the game for Illinois State, and you're right, it's getting to that critical moment for UC Davis here.
You don't want to lose 5 there, but I almost think at this point in the game, that timeout's more important than the 5 yards, but I get it, the play clock's running down. Tim Plow looks up, he says timeout.
Caden Pinnock, the redshirt freshman, has exceeded all expectations in his first year as the starter. Replacing the nation's leading passer from a year ago, Miles Hastings, and now a flag down out of the timeout.
So you're going to get the 5 back, and you still burn the timeout.
Number 52, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
A second penalty on Collier, the center, here today. Again, this a rematch from last year in the second round when UC Davis beat Illinois State on this field 42-10. Tim Plow wasn't overlooking Illinois State. He said, what's worse than North Dakota State in this round? The team that beat North Dakota State. Fisher makes it to midfield to bring up second down and 12.
Saw Brock's back there. Had a lot less grays when he started this job. Talked to him about that this week.
Just a little bit of gray in that mustache now, 17 years on the job. That mustache, by the way, one he has sported since high school, he says. Swing it to Fisher. Oh, is that a backwards pass? It's ruled incomplete. So ruled a forward pass, but man, that looked close with the naked eye. Ty Niekamp was there lurking for Illinois State.
And obviously, replay's right next to us. Again, in college football, every play is looked at by the booth. They don't necessarily stop it for further review. And UC Davis is smart here to go fast.
Check where Pinnock let that one go.
Yeah.
Timeout, Illinois State. First charged of the second half.
So Illinois State thinks it was a backwards pass, so they want replay to take a little extra time and look at it because it was really close.
Yeah, Rod Johnstone, the replay official, is right next to us. He's looking at the same thing that you are now looking at.
So let's take a look where Pinnock throws the ball from. He's at the 40, about the 42. Boy, and it looks like it comes right to the 42. Again, it's a little deceptive because the camera angle is not right down the line, which would be optimal to have, and it was called incomplete on the field, and you need clear and obvious to overturn that. I don't think that was clear and obvious, but it was close.
And you need the clear recovery as
Correct.
well, and
Yeah.
Ty Niekamp is right there for Illinois State. But 3rd down and 12, it is. So they never stopped the game, but it's clear replay was absolutely looking at it just to be sure. On 3rd down, pressure on Pinnock. 3 flags are down, and Pinnock is stopped by Mason Kaplan. But again, all those markers in the backfield.
And when good throws, they're all within about 2 yards of each other, so you know it's all in the same player, the same holding call. They all got it. Referee, umpire, and center
Holding,
judge.
number 52, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
It's been a rough drive for Zaire Collier, the center.
Take a look at a 52, the center, right in the middle of the screen, can't miss it.
Just trying to keep Garrett Steffen away from Pinnock.
Yeah, and that's an easy call. Hence why there was 3 flags all thrown at the same spot.
So 3rd and about 23, and Pinnock's pass is dropped by Ian Simpson. The miscues just adding up now for UC Davis.
Just out of sorts, but believe me, that's what Illinois State wanted. They were fine with Simpson catching that. It was so long, 23 yards to go. They were going to come up and make that tackle, but he ends up dropping it anyway. And you just see this little extra pep in the step that this Illinois State defense is just pinning their ears back and going. They're in a good place right here.
First punt of the game for Dylan Morrow. UC Davis has been stopped a couple of times on downs. The fumble by Jones earlier. And the fair catch here for Illinois State. And Eddie Casper just past the 20. Well, we brought up Brock Spack's mustache, and you've got Tim Plow of UC Davis on the other side. Shout out Sickos Committee. This is an elite mustache matchup with Spack and Plow as the head coaches, and it got us thinking, well, thank goodness Spack and Plow don't sport the handlebar mustache. They're not some old-timey villain. You know, you think of Raleigh Fingers, Salvador Dali, or anybody else. It's more that classic, Magnum P.I., Tom Selleck mustache.
Brock Spack reminded me of Magnum P.I., of Tom Selleck when his younger days with, the dark hair, but 2 just terrific mustaches. And yes, Sickos Committee was all over that today on X.
Dawson stopped near the line of scrimmage on 1st down. Yes, Spack has had the mustache since high school. Tim Plow only has the mustache in season, he says. His wife, Christine, hates it. Of course, he would love to keep the mustache for another week. And so he started with the mustache back when he was an assistant at Boise State a few years ago, when he was the offensive coordinator. He did it as a bit. He did it just to make his team laugh. And so his players started calling him Tim Lasso, just when the show was starting to get popular. Rittenhouse on the move, stepping out of the tackle by Madruga. And a 1st down for Rittenhouse, close to it there at the 32, depending on where he's ruled out. But, Brock Spack said, boy, I like Tim Plow's mustache. It's not gray. And Spack himself said, Rainey, I like the mustache because it covers up my imperfections.
Yes. Well, they're both tremendous mustaches. Our production team asked us for pictures from me and you with mustaches, and we were both like, we can't grow mustaches, especially like that.
You sure there's no picture of you as a detective
There
with
is
a mustache?
not. There is not.
You're getting Magnum P.I. Come on, man. You should have had a mustache at some point. On to the 4th quarter. Illinois State hoping to make its way to the semifinals. They're up on the road, 35-17. Back here just west of Sacramento, the last FCS quarterfinal of the weekend. Ted Emmerich, Rini and Golia with you. Tommy Rittenhouse and Illinois State with a couple of touchdowns in that third quarter where they controlled the ball for 13 of the 15 minutes. And, oh, by the way, they still have the ball with the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and kudos to that offensive line because they're controlling and winning the line of scrimmage at the point of attack.
Again, the winner to meet the 12 seed Villanova in the semifinals next Saturday. Dawson pushing to the 34 for a couple to start the fourth here. Again, if Illinois State holds on here, then Villanova as the 12 seed would be hosting, after going on the road, their first two games in the playoffs.
And they're probably landed by now back from Tarleton State, so they're probably watching this game on ESPN Plus. So shout out to the Wildcats. Good win today. And guys, you're a quarter away from hosting a semifinal if Illinois State can hold on here.
Villanova in the semis for the first time since 2010. Illinois State trying to get there for the first time since 2014. On second down, Rittenhouse flips it incomplete. A little too much on it, ahead of Eddie Casper.
Boy, he had Casper too, and he knew it. Right when he let the ball go, just overshot him a little bit, let him out of bounds.
Again, Villanova awaits the winner of this one, and the other semifinal is set. The Brawl of the Wild in the playoffs for the first time ever. Montana State and Montana meeting in Bozeman for Eastern Saturday on ABC.
Yeah, big play here. UC Davis needs to get a stop, get the ball back, and get going here in this fourth quarter.
UC Davis sends for Rittenhouse to Lord. He's got it. Dylan Lord with a first down, had the big play in the first half. The freshman comes up with another one for the Redbirds.
Boy, absolute killer on third and long. Now, UC Davis was said he was bobbling this.
And Illinois State's right back over the ball here. And UC Davis, are they going to call a timeout?
UC Davis, second charge in the second half.
Yeah, because if you look at it close, it looked like the ball moved.
Timeout on the field.
Did it move up against his body, right? Again, the ball can actually touch the ground as long as the ground doesn't help you possess it. We'll see on the other side.
After further review, ruling on the field is overturned. Incomplete pass. 4th down from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and it's the right call.
It is, but UC Davis should also get their timeout back. They shouldn't have had to use that timeout. So that's big in this game. I'm surprised Tim Plow isn't asking for that timeout back, because usually they award it back to the team.
Instead, the Aggies are down to 1
Correct.
remaining.
Yeah, so I'm very surprised here. They didn't do that.
So Hayden Futch is on to punt for Illinois State. Riddick makes the catch in a crowd and gets buried. All right, so back to the play with Dylan Lord. Ruled a catch, but again, during the timeout, overturned.
Yeah, great shot here from the end zone camera. You're going to see the ball come down. Clearly hits the ground, what I was talking about. So the ball hits the ground. That helps him control the ball back into his body, but the ball clearly hit the ground, so it was a good job to get it right.
Now, UC Davis put up 17 points their first 4 drives, again, all coming in the first quarter. Nothing since then. What has to change here?
Well, I think they got no vertical pass game at all, right? Everything's been short. I think they need to stretch the field a little bit.
They start with Fisher to the edge, and a good start. Jordan Fisher getting loose for about 9 yards.
And we saw Samu Batu Jr. early in the game get active. There's no doubt that plantar fasciitis is bothering, because I'm watching him out there. His gait just isn't normal, and he's one of those receivers that can stretch the field, but he's out there, so you got to go to him. You got to use your best players, and you got to go with a little tempo, which they are here.
Yeah, Batu lined up at the top of your picture, now coming in motion. 1,000-yard receiver for UC Davis. Blitzer, and Pinnock finds the outlet. It's Fisher. He steps out of bounds, just shy of midfield, a gain of 10 and a first down.
Yeah, good recognition by Pinnock. The blitz comes. There's no linebacker in the flat. Immediately checks it down to Fisher up the field, and good play.
Yeah, early fourth quarter, but you'd expect UC Davis to start to pick up the pace here again. Fisher motions out, Pinnock all alone. The freshman All-American has time. And he finds Batu. And it's another first down for UC Davis. Well, that's worked really all season, and early in that first half, Rini, the crossing route with Batu, this time for 11.
Yeah, Batu looked good there, picks up the first down, and again, on the ball quickly. And I just think when they go faster, I think they're in better tempo offensively. The inside receiver just crosses. Good throw by Pinnock.
Pinnock avoids the rush and checks it down to Asia. In for Fisher. And Asia with a big gain. A first down inside the 25.
Yeah, he wanted to go down the field, Pinnock did a big tight end, Ian Simpson. Instead of that, he dumps it underneath Asia, and another nice pickup.
Now going at warp speed. And a screen for Dobbins. And Dobbins is inside the 20-yard line. Gain of 6. Well, you just know UC Davis desperately needs points right here.
Well, you need a touchdown, right? You need to finish this drive off with a score and get some momentum back.
Yeah, and not just 3. They need 7 here. Pinnock's over 300 yards passing. Handing it to Asia, who runs right into the maw of the defense for a couple.
And it's been tough sledding between the tackles today for UC Davis against that defensive front for Illinois State. They've been really stout up there. That's Dexter Niekamp, 44, the younger brother of Ty Niekamp. Yes, that's their dad's the defensive coordinator.
Family affair, third down. Pinnock gets away, flag down in the secondary as Pinnock scrambles for the first down to the 10-yard line. But a flag thrown from the end zone in the secondary.
Yeah, it was thrown by the back judge, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is there, because Pinnock did pick up that first down with his feet. It usually is a defensive hold when it comes from the back judge there, but we'll see.
Holding, number 46, defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Includes an automatic first down.
Yeah, it's one of those knee camps. It's Ty, again, one of the best defensive players at this level.
We'll show you the hole right here by Ty Niekamp, 46. Just grabs Batu Jr. Says, let me slow you down a little bit. It's a good call by the back judge.
Not much can slow down Samuel Batu Jr. except that.
Yep.
So 1st and goal inside the 5. Fisher weaving. And he's down close to the 2. Nearing the 10-minute mark now here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I'd like, again, tough sliding in the middle there. Like to see maybe Pinnock, roll Pinnock out, get him to the outside, give him that true run pass option because he is such a danger with his feet. Now under 10 minutes, so time is of the essence.
And Pinnock under center. Rarely see that. Fisher remains the back. Pinnock over the top. It's intercepted. Taken away by C.J. Richard Jr. Illinois State brings that drive to a screeching halt. Another stop for the Redbirds defense. The freshman Richard with his 2nd pick of the year. What a time for it in the quarterfinals. Illinois State takes it right back.
Together at the mountaintop, champions of college football.
Playoff gets underway Friday night in Norman, Oklahoma, OU and Alabama. Here in the FCS playoffs, Caden Pinnock and UC Davis with a promising drive that ends with the 2nd turnover of the game, the interception by C.J. Richard Jr. And Reedy, Illinois State has it again.
You got to score when you're down there. And just, I don't want to say they got a little cute, but obviously a different type of play. Put him under center, trying to get it to his tight end, Mitchell Dixon, and just never saw the defender there for Illinois State, C.J. Richard Jr.
If there is such thing as a 9-minute offense instead of a 4-minute offense, Illinois State could run it right now. Of course, it begins with the ball in the belly of Victor Dawson. And he's spun down at the line of scrimmage by Rain Mayo, the massive nose tackle.
And we should say the good news for UC Davis was they were given that timeout back, which they should have been, I believe, because the scoreboard has them at 2. So that would be correct. But bad news is they didn't score when they're down there. So it may be a moot point. You could have 6 timeouts left in this game. They haven't been able to slow down Illinois State.
And down by 18, clock rolling, 9 minutes now. I mean, the hope could start to slip away here for UC Davis at home. Dawson tumbles in the arms of Cole Batson out to the 13 to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Tackled by number 23, Cole Batson.
And I'd put it right back in the belly of Victor Dawson. 3rd and long 3, maybe 4. Offensive line's moving the line of scrimmage. Just go right at him.
Dawson has handled it 24 times already today for 129 yards.
You're up by 3 scores. You just want this clock running.
3rd and 3. It is Dawson. Right at the line to gain. Stopped by Stanley and Madruga, and it's a 1st down for Illinois State.
Yeah, needed to get to the 16. He clearly got there. Just a workhorse. You know, I talked to a lot of offensive coordinators throughout the year, and they'll all tell you, you throw the ball to score points, but you run the ball to win games. And what does that mean? You close out games with 1st downs, running the ball, chewing the clock up, and it's exactly what Illinois State's doing today.
Dawson again. Off the left side, that you have pointed out a number of times, Rini. Jake Pope, the left tackle, the former Kentucky Wildcat, now a 3-year starter at Illinois State, helping clear the way again for Dawson.
Yeah, his 41st start today, if my numbers are right for Jake Pope. Landon Woodard, the left guard, 29 career starts, a lot of experience there. And then you just watch Victor Dawson. You'll hear me say as a former running back, he runs well behind his pads. What does that mean? Good forward lean, low center of gravity, and he's finishing runs going forward. Exactly what Victor Dawson does and is doing today.
Dawson again. And across the 25-yard line, it's another 1st down.
1st down, Illinois State.
And we talked about the old school backs that used to carry it 30, 35 times. Victor Dawson's old school today. He's gonna be 30 carries before this game's over.
Now, he set his career high last week with 23 carries for 137 yards. Try 27 for 143 today. And again, you're talking about the guy who was Wanker's Wright's backup to start the season. And with Wright battling a shoulder injury over the last few weeks, it has become Victor Dawson's backfield. And Dawson dragging Aggies to the 33-yard line. 6 more yards.
And this is fun when you're a running back, because you know you're the man. You're going to get the ball. You want this clock running. You want to shut it down. And you actually have more energy. Carries 28, 29, 30. You're energized. And you're like, just feed me the rock. And then it's demoralizing, too. They have to come up and tackle you running hard. And that's when you're bound to make a 4 or 5 yard run into a 40 or 50 yard run, because you're going to break a couple tackles and go.
Again, took over deep in their own territory after the interception. And Dawson hit behind the line. It'll be 3rd down. One of the few times that UC Davis has been able to find some penetration against the run. Trent Carrad was there. So an enormous 3rd and 5.
Well, I'm curious if Tony Peterson, the offensive coordinator, throws it here. Because again, you're up 3 scores. You're under 5 minutes in this game. Clock's on your side, but the way they've completed passes on 3rd down would tell me, they'll throw it here.
Well, after 7 straight Dawson runs, Glatz is in, 3rd and 5. And trickery. Sobkowitz trying to throw it back to Rittenhouse, and it's incomplete. Clock stopped at 4:22, but Illinois State drains about 5 minutes there as they move the ball from about their own goal line to the 30.
And listen, you run a reverser, you try to get it on UC Davis. They recognize it well. I'm kind of like that old guy, like get off my lawn, old school. Like I just run it there. I just give it to my back and see if you can go get it. If you don't, the clock's running, you're up 3 scores, but you know, it's a little different these days from when I played.
And now a fake for Futch, and he's got the first down. Well, the fake field goal didn't work for UC Davis in the first half. The fake punt works for Illinois State.
And there's no way that was called. That was a read by Hayden Futch, something that he saw that they work on from watching video, that if they go a certain way, you're going to take off with the ball, and it's exactly what he did. You see punters, they take extra time now, these punters. Now he watches UC Davis, everybody turns and runs. No one's looking at Hayden Futch at all, and he says, I'm just going to tuck the ball and go get a first down, and that's all she wrote.
I mean, UC Davis is trying to set up a return there, of course.
But you got to respect the punter, because if not, he's going to do that.
And now Seth Glatz can do this. He can put the game on ice with a touchdown, 58 yards.
Seth Glatz owes half of that touchdown to Victor Dawson, because he was setting that defense up, going and going and going. They get the fake punt, and then Glatz hits it a gap, breaks the tackle, and he is gone.
Glatz had 3 touchdowns on the season entering today, and he's got 2 in this quarterfinal matchup. Illinois State has piled up a season-high 273 yards rushing.
Yeah, and when you do that and you protect the ball, you're gonna win.
On the road to the Music City, Nashville. Yes, January 5th. New site for the FCS championship this year, and we are so close to having both semifinals set, with Illinois State up big now here in the fourth quarter. And Villanova, as the 12th seed, would host that semifinal.
Who would have thought the road to Nashville is going to go through Philadelphia? No one thought that. Get ready.
I think Mark Ferrante and his team like that very much.
Mark Ferrante, you're going to be hosting a semifinal.
Again, Villanova knocking off an undefeated Lehigh team, followed by Well, the win over the 4-seed Tarleton State here today. Zach Jones on the return for UC Davis. Had a nice punt return earlier. Jones down the sideline and pushed out around the 25.
What would Lee Corso say? Not so fast. Some time left. We'll see.
There are only so many possessions left in 3:24.
Yeah.
Jones, who certainly had a tough moment with that fumble on the big catch earlier in the half, takes this kickoff 67 yards.
But I love the fact, no quit, right? No quit in UC Davis. You got to fight this thing out to the end.
Jones is battling sleep apnea, as his coach Tim Plow told us this week. Got fitted for a CPAP machine mid-season. It's really helped him become a playmaker at receiver and in the return game. Pinnock spinning out of trouble and sends it to Dobbins along the sideline, out of bounds, just short of the 20-yard line. You know, the other thing UC Davis had to battle this week, we mentioned the flu.
Yeah.
It's finals week.
Yes.
Quarterfinal week is always finals week, and that's challenging for one of the top academic schools in the country.
Yeah, they talked about last year having to take those finals on the road in a hotel. At least this year they were home. It's a little better for them, but still a stressful time.
Pinnock guns it, incomplete. He wanted Dobbins, trying to thread the needle there. Mason Kaplan looked like he got a piece of it.
Yeah, really nice job there by Kaplan, diving. Former quarterback, by the way, playing linebacker now, fits in great, hard worker.
So 3rd and 7 for UC Davis. Screen for Jordan Fisher. It's a first down. And Fisher corkscrews down inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Aggies. 21 yards. So still just a bit of a pulse here for UC Davis, but closing in on the 2-minute mark. Again, UC Davis has not scored since the first quarter. It was 21-17. Illinois State at the end of 1. And all Redbirds since. Pinnock on the roll. Looking for Fisher. He's got it for the touchdown. So UC Davis finally reaches the end zone after that long drought from the first quarter on.
Yeah, nice job by Jordan Fisher just to kind of post up there, knowing that it's up to his quarterback, Caden Pinnock, if he decides to run. If not, he can flip it to him, and he does. And they'll go for 2 here.
Trying to make it a 17-point game here. Pinnock again on the move, had to avoid one man and could not fit it into Simpson. And now, extracurricular activity.
Hey, three.
Look out here.
Boy, and Caden Pinnock, I don't want to say he threw a punch, more of a little, like a little slap.
13. He got in there.
Yeah, Patrick Bauer of Illinois State was right there next to Caden Pinnock.
And I think Bauer might actually headbutted him first, which kind of caused it. And then Ian Simpson, throws a guy out of there. And just, listen, if you're an Illinois State player, you get thrown out of the game, that's going to affect you next week. So you have to keep your emotions in check here as we get a look at what happens after this play. Now, Stacey Dobbins was open in the flat, but Pinnock just couldn't get it to him. It's thrown to the ground. There's nothing, well, you know, Pinnock's kind of grabbing him, pulling him in, and
Number 0 of the receiving team. Also after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on blue. The penalties will offset. That's the first unsportsmanlike conduct for both players. The result of the try is no good.
And so offsetting penalties there. But yeah, I mean, Bauer's right there in Pinnock's face. After pulling him down, one more look.
Yeah, the original, Pinnock took exception to it, excuse me. I'm not really sure why. I mean, unless Bauer's saying something to him, but Pinnock obviously grabs him and pulls his face mask down. But offsetting. It's like it never happened. Just move on. But you got to control your emotions on both sides. And it's been a frustrating day for Caden Pinnock. I mean, they've moved the ball. They just have not scored. The turnovers, red zone.
It's another learning experience for a freshman quarterback who has been outstanding all year. But Tim Plow said it to us yesterday, like every moment, he's still growing, and it's not just on the field.
Yep.
Now the onside kick. And a timeout for Illinois State.
Timeout, Illinois State. Second charge of the second half. 30 seconds.
Oh, the FCS playoffs roll on with the semifinals next Saturday on ABC and ESPN2. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. But yes, Montana State, 125th all-time meeting. The Brawl of the Wild finally in the postseason. That's going to happen next Saturday in Bozeman.
And I was going to say, I hope Villanova doesn't have anything planned in their football stadium because there's obviously no way they thought they were going to host a semifinal. Well, you are, so get ready.
Just another example of how this bracket has been turned upside down over the last week plus. Illinois State beating the dynasty of North Dakota State in the second round. Sobkowitz, it hit him. UC Davis has a shot here to recover it. Sure looks like they've got it, and they do.
And that's the one bad thing Daniel Sobkowitz has done today. I mean, the guy with the best ball skills, that's where you want the ball coming to. But it didn't take that big hop that he was waiting for. A great onside kick. It hit him low, bounced off him. So excellent job there. It's like a shortstop waiting for that hop, and you just don't get it. It doesn't come up to your glove. It stays low, and that's exactly what you want to do. And little life, I guess. A little pulse. You said it earlier. Not much, but
I mean, you got to score right now.
Yeah.
And keep doing that.
Yeah.
So just before the 2-minute timeout.
A very faint pulse.
Down by 19. Screen for Asia. And that helps a little bit, not much. Taken down by Patrick Bauer, and now we are at the 2-minute timeout. Illinois State with an eye on the semis. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout here in Davis, California. Ted Emmerich, Rini and Golia Illinois State taking control after that back and forth first quarter, and UC Davis's offense, and you said it, Rainey, they've moved the ball pretty well all night. They just haven't been able to finish, and they're trying to finish out here with 2 minutes to go, but down by 19. Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, just named the Heisman Trophy winner in New York. There's Caden Pinnock, one of the best freshmen in the FCS. Swings it out to Kayasiya. That's a first down for UC Davis across the 40.
And
gain of 13.
Mendoza deserved it. What a year. What a year Indiana's had. This, the CFP is going to be, it's going to be fun to watch. See how what Indiana can do.
Yeah, the Hoosiers, one of the stories of college football, if not the story, just like Illinois State has been the story of the FCS playoffs so far. Catch for Batu to the 30-yard line. Kaplan and Niekamp on the tackle. UC Davis just has one timeout remaining. Pinnock up top. Dobbins again leaving his feet. Boy, had that incredible catch for a touchdown in the first half, and he heads to the sky for 16.
Yeah, Dobbins is impressive. He's a young receiver as well, only a sophomore.
Pinnock again guns it. Batu bobbled, could not haul it in. Got hit by Richard, who had that big interception in the end zone earlier. Now, we mentioned Heisman, some of the end-of-year awards for the FCS. Caden Pinnock, a contender, finalist for the Jerry Rice
Game
Award.
clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:17. 1:17.
You're welcome.
Those 2 seconds,
James,
you know.
yes, 2 more seconds for UC Davis. Pinnock, one of 25 finalists for the FCS Freshman of the Year, named after the great Jerry Rice. Pinnock stepping up, flag is down. To the end zone for the touchdown to Ian Simpson. But check that marker in the backfield.
Yeah, it's Eli Simonson, number 70, I think is going to get called with a hold here, and that's going to take it back.
Holding, number 70, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Awesome hair for Eli Simonson, but unfortunately he committed a hold there.
Great hair, bad hold. Here he is right here. You know, just a little tug. It's not, wasn't that bad, but the center judge right there is going to call that.
So 2nd and 20. Pinnock underneath, and Dobbins takes a shot from Shadwell Kuba. He forced and recovered a fumble earlier in the game. So 3rd down upcoming here in the final minute.
Yeah, Illinois State's been very physical defensively today.
Yeah, would you expect anything less from a team from the Missouri Valley? Down the seam for Dobbins, and it's a touchdown for UC Davis. Dobbins' 2nd here tonight.
And again, talk about the no quit. I mean, Dobbins, the play before, takes a big hit, gets back up, runs right back down the field, and Pinnock finds him for the touchdown. Gives a little outside move. There's no safety help over the top. The Shavion Brown was trying to get there, just couldn't.
Aggies going for 2 again. Screen, Batu hook and lateral for Fisher, and it works to perfection for 2. So UC Davis down by 11 here in the final minute.
Yeah, still 2 scores, but I love that play, that 2-point conversion. That's a well-executed play, but
there was a flag as well. James Brookhart and his crew talking about it.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 0, offense. The result of the try is good. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So we're going to see the onside kick from the 20.
There you go.
There you go. Two-point conversion here. A little quick pass to Batu Jr. And then the lateral to perfection. And if you're a UC Davis fan, you just wish that got you within one score where this onside kick could be a little more meaningful.
Oh, you think of Boise State, the Fiesta Bowl,
it
Chris Peterson,
very
who,
similar to
of
that.
course,
Yes.
has a history at UC Davis. It may not be the cradle of coaches like Miami of Ohio, but UC Davis has a proud
And
history
Chris
as well.
Peterson has a relationship with Tim Plow.
No doubt.
So
no
there
doubt.
you go.
Little hook and lateral again. It cuts it to 11 here in the final minute, but a fun tie-in there. I mean, Tim Plow, he was here as a player 20-plus years ago when UC Davis made the move from Division II to Division I. This was always part of the vision, to be that consistent playoff contender. Now the onside from the 20, dribbling it ahead and recovered, no problem, by Illinois State this time. Taken in by Javon Charles for the Redbirds.
And I talked to you about this earlier, Ted, off air, and Illinois State this year reminds me of another team out of the Missouri Valley in 2016, Youngstown State, who was unseeded, went on the road, won all their games, upset Eastern Washington from the Big Sky, made it to the championship game, ultimately lost to JMU. That was the year JMU beat North Dakota State. So similarities in that Youngstown State team in 16 to Illinois State this year.
And Illinois State wins in Fargo in the second round this year. Last week, that incredible upset on the road again. 3 weeks now in the playoffs. Unseeded team out of the Missouri Valley. Tommy Rittenhouse taking the knees, and Illinois State goes from one of the last 4 teams in the FCS playoffs to one of the last 4 teams standing onto the semifinals with a 42-31 victory over UC Davis.
It's a tournament. You just got to get in, and then once you get in, get hot and play good football. This team is hot right now. I would not want to face them. Villanova's hot as well, so that's going to be another great semifinal, and again, going through Philadelphia on its way to Nashville in that side of the bracket.
Villanova was on the road their first 2 weeks in the playoffs, and now Nova will host in the semifinals as the number 12 seed next Saturday night on ESPN2. Illinois State, the Redbirds, the Roadbirds, once again hitting the road. They're used to it.
Yeah,
they like it just fine.
And the Brawl of the Wild too, if you will. I picked Montana State to win it all, but you just always give the advantage to that team, that good team that lost the first game in season for some reason now. It's in Bozeman, so that's going to be a well of a game too.
And Illinois State is in the semifinals for the first time in 11 years when they played for the national title and lost to North Dakota State in a classic game. Brock Spack said it to us this week. This team wanted to make its own statement. They wanted to make their own mark. They see the history of the program, the trophies there at the football facility. This team has made its own version of history, especially with this playoff run going on the road week after week.
Yeah, a ton of weapons on offense, and defense played outstanding today.
And Brock Spack joins us now from the field, head coach of Illinois State. Brock, Ted and Rini here upstairs. First of all, congratulations on the win. Such a back and forth game early, right? Just trading scores. What allowed your team to pull away here tonight?
Well, I think this group is pretty tough mentally and physically. I was hoping we'd be able to pull ourselves up and separate ourselves a little bit more in the second half, and that happened. And then we took the air out of the ball and just ran it and tried to run the clock. Because they're a dynamic, awesome offense, and it's really difficult to slow them down. And you get a couple, touchdown leads. You want to kind of take the air out and run the ball and take control of the clock. So. That's what happened. I think our guys are a tough, resilient group, and like you said, they want to make their own mark. You know, we came 38 seconds short back in 2014, and want to try to fix that, but get one more to go.
Coach, congrats on the win. And with all the weapons you have offensively, I just zero in on that offensive line. I mean, they won the line of scrimmage. They controlled it. And like you said, you were able to run the ball in that second half. Victor Dawson, Glatz as well, just really controlling the line of scrimmage. I love watching that group today.
Yeah, they were good. You know, they've been a little banged up here the last couple of weeks. And, you know, we had some guys rise to the occasion. That's what you have to have when you make a playoff run like this. You got to have depth. We had about 7 or 8 people. And, so hopefully we're able to put guys on the field that can compete and did a really nice job there.
Yeah, Brock, Victor Dawson follows up that career game in Fargo last week with another career game, 29 carries for 148 yards. Brock, your team now is 8-0 on the road against FCS opponents this year. What is it about this team that allows it to thrive so much away from home?
I think they enjoy the challenge. They like being around each other. You know, going on the road, as you know, you guys go around football. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to go on a road trip, and it's fun to win on the road. There's nothing like it, and this group has really embraced that. They're just doing a heck of a job.
And Brock, you can say you won the mustache battle against Tim Plow now, too.
I don't know about that. I told Coach, yeah, you won again. 2 years in a row, he's won the mustache. He's a little younger. He's got less salt in his mustache.
Nothing wrong with salt. Your team wins on the field here tonight. Brock, thanks so much for the time.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Congrats, Coach.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Brock's back in Illinois State on the road against Southeastern Louisiana in the first round. Top seed North Dakota State defending champ in the second round. UC Davis here in the quarterfinal, and they're still playing.
I mean, let's map out. They're going the whole country.
Yes.
They're going to the south. They're going west. Now they're going back east to Philly. Why not?
On to Philadelphia and a date with the 12 seed Villanova in the semifinals as the emotion sets in for Caden Pinnock, the outstanding freshman quarterback for UC Davis. What a special season it was for Davis. Back-to-back quarterfinal trips, but they fall again to a team from the Missouri Valley, South Dakota last year, and Illinois State here this year. Better days ahead, certainly, for Pinnock and Tim Plow. Thanks so much for joining us here in Davis. Illinois State on to the FCS semifinals with a 42-31 win over the Aggies. Now, for Rini and Golia and our entire terrific crew, this is Ted Emmerich saying so long from Davis.